on, people? How's everyone doing today? We are here. We are blessed with this a lot of fucking people on camera right now. We had to switch up the whole setup just to be able to fit 5 people on camera, and we're barely even fitting. So for those of you tuning in that have never been part of the show, this is called ShotBet Podcast. What it is to make us drink. So this is a Facebook Live interactive drinking podcast. So every unique like, and unique love makes us drink. If you do a like, I'm going to have to drink. And if you do love, the entire band, except for Evan, is going to have to drink. So we're going to do... But we might have a surprise for Evan later if we convince him to.
Yeah.
So
with enough heart reacts.
So I got to pour a drink. You guys got to pour a drink. You guys introduce yourself maybe one at a time. Someone maybe introduce the band. And I'm going to pour a drink while you guys do your introductions.
What's going on, guys? We're dismissed. I'm Evan, and I sing.
You can pull the mic to you.
What's up? We're dismissed. I'm Evan, and I sing.
Jake, I play bass.
Jake, I play bass. No, sorry, wait. Jake, I play drums.
What's up, guys? I'm Joe. I play guitar.
Metalcore Jesus, actually.
And Ken's not with us, but he plays guitar too.
He'll be here in
He'll be here soon.
X amount of
25 minutes.
Yeah, that time.
So, you guys are here. It's been a long time coming. Well, at least with me and Evan. Me and Evan have been talking about it for a while. And then you guys freaking announced that you're doing your last... pour your drinks. You guys announced... We'll get into it deeper. But you guys announced your last show, which... I'm having you guys on, really on the tail end of you guys all being a band together. Yeah. So, I'm going to let you guys keep pouring. I'll keep pretending like I'm talking a lot. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of these 2, 3, 4, 5 drinks together to start it off. And then we'll react to a cringe clip.
Let's do it.
So, real quick, I'm not trying to put you guys on the spot. Who has seen this podcast? I think it's maybe only Evan?
I've seen the podcast.
I haven't watched it live, but...
Okay, you've caught, the tail end of it, and then you guys are brand new to it.
I talked to you yesterday.
Yeah, okay, so it's pretty much... And we've been in contact before, and you were... But I'm kind of excited. We're gonna start this off real quick with a drink. Or are you guys... What are you guys doing? A shot first? Is that what you guys are doing?
Jake over here made
it looks like a
3-shot mixer
in a regular cup.
This is my chaser.
Do you have more than this? Because this is apparently
we'll have other stuff to drink.
Right.
I didn't know how many people were drinking whiskey tonight, so
7.
we're gonna do this
Cheers,
real quick.
boys.
There's a
Wait,
lot.
we gotta advertise with Joe.
Oh yeah, here we'll keep it here. So
sponsor me.
Trust me, I've had Bacardi almost every time. I'm still waiting for that sponsorship. Man. Come see me. So yeah, let's do cheers real quick. You guys are doing a shot? You guys are fucked. All right, I guess I'm starting.
Did you
I
say
guess I'm
fox
doing
or fucked?
Fucks.
Fucks. Even that's a mix of both.
Dismissed little fun fact, we're actually foxes.
Actually.
All of us.
Here we go. So cheers, boys.
Beer's choice.
Evan, you're a fuck.
Yeah, Evan, ginge all the way.
All right, let's start this first shot of the fucking season. Let's go. There's a couple drinks right there.
With that JMO Ginger Chaser.
Yep. Yeah. So, what I like to do before we get into the interview is I like to watch a gross clip of something. So there's probably all right. So I either have a song that you guys probably know that's really gross, or God smiting a drummer.
I vote for God smiting a drummer.
Okay, we can react to both eventually, but
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know. Gross song. I think we should do gross song.
Gross song? How disgusting are we talking?
Like bad? Like a bad
like a bad song.
Then yeah, do it.
Yeah, you want to do a bad
song?
song? All right, we'll start a song. We'll start with a song.
All
right, you guys ready for this?
Watch it be our own song.
I did that for one person. All right, you guys good?
No.
Did you guys know the song?
No! I know this!
Oh, no. This looks like it was filmed in fucking Manchester.
Dude, 2008 called and wants a Hot Topic back.
This is recent.
Oh, no.
This is recent. This
Yeah.
is even back
3
then.
years ago, isn't it?
Why do these people look like all of my friends in high school?
They probably was.
It's missing the X.
Oh yeah.
Hello, beautiful.
So this right away, I think of Broken Side once you start hearing the song and stuff.
Dude, homie's pants on the right,
It's like he took 2 different pants and sewn them together.
I like the girl in the back right, not dancing at all.
I like
just
the dude in the flat brim and the
she walks
Just
and laughs.
killing it. Oh, the girl in the back?
Yeah, she just
She looks
walks
like
and
she's
laughs.
pregnant with one of the freaking members.
But she's wearing like.
Why is she holding the bat
Dude,
upside
she
down?
does. She's like, I'd go ham, but like, I'm pregnant as fuck right now.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like how they keep going back to black and white when there's full color.
This kid in the
everywhere.
back on the left looked like he's not really
Ooh,
into it, but he
dope.
didn't have any
He
friends.
just fucking gave a hand job in the air real quick.
With the Avenged Sevenfold t-shirt. What a hero.
Oh, go off with that camo. Yo, that's our jackets right
Yeah.
there. This is fresh.
We both
Dude,
wore
like,
the same jacket.
10 out of 10 expect to see Dismissed merch in this video.
Oh man. I can't remember the last time I wore a dope hat like that. Where it says the word dope.
Dude, it's like
Does it really say dope?
Yeah.
Wait, the girl's hat?
Nah, the dude right there,
Oh,
black
that's so
sweatshirt.
fucking
Dude,
funny.
I bet
It
he
says dope.
I bet he also has a flat rim where the rim is curled and it says scum on it.
Dude, haven't we all had one of those?
Is that? Oh, it is a dope. I thought it was TDE for a second. All right, we're good with this.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I think
people are sick of it.
That kid's shirt looks like every Asking Alexandria merch
All right,
ever.
that's it.
Oh,
So,
that was
so
so
all right.
awful.
So this kind of probably throws everyone back to memory lane. So like me, my and I want to kind of transition to like what music is like nowadays. You guys have seen and everything. But the first time I was introduced to like post-hardcore and everything was like MySpace days. And that just took me down to MySpace and Broken Side and Under Oath and like just older bands. Now, do you guys have any regrets? Like, when did you guys start doing music? Was it back in the MySpace days or?
No.
I mean, we were all in like previous bands
Yeah.
before this.
No, that's
one,
what I mean.
like,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
then.
I don't think any of us had enough success to be a MySpace band.
Yeah,
Which
like
was a big title to some people.
Like,
back
I-
then.
back
Yeah.
then I had a band with someone who used to be in Dismissed, James Berwick, and we like only played Metallica covers in his basement.
Yeah, dude. But
So-
you had a MySpace page, I bet. You know? Like,
I had a band with
That
a
was
MySpace
enough.
page. It was bad.
you could have a music player on your personal page, but bands that had their own page
I
themselves,
know.
dude,
Yeah.
forget it. You were hype.
Dude, do you guys remember? I know this is a huge throwback. Do you guys remember any specific song that you had on your MySpace like player? Like that
Yo.
one song
Dude, I
that
had
So-
a T-Pain song.
Ooh, that's big regretty.
I'm not even kidding.
My MySpace towards the end of it was all Silent Civilian and Johnny Santos. Dude, that guy, he's a dope vocalist.
All right, I can't say I've heard of them.
Do you know Spine Shank?
No.
Oof. Dude,
What is
uncultured.
that?
You guys are gonna drop
Uncultured
so many
swine.
like gross names. I have
Shame.
not a clue what it is.
Do you guys know the band Fudge Tunnel? That's a real
Uncultured
band, but we're
swine.
not going to talk about that. Yeah.
Like, and I don't know if you guys go this far back, but like I remember on MySpace there were people used to do trips with an exclamation point as the I if they did like drugs
Yeah,
after
yep.
their
Oh,
name.
yeah,
Oh,
And
absolutely.
then
yeah. And a Z.
People carried that on to now.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you see some
People that got
still
stuck
have
in
it?
MySpace still have that gamer
Or
tags that have that
the
shit.
MySpace names, like when you like for that like whole like when Scene was super popular.
Yeah.
People like one of my old friend Jen, hers used to be Jenna Juicebox. Like,
Oh,
people would do
and it's
stupid
still-
stuff like
oh.
that.
Dude, Jenna Cupcakes with a Z, come on. You know, like, that's it.
I remember when Ghetto Girls used to have like the sparkly anime girl and their like AIM profile and like icon and stuff like
They
that.
still do. Like, you know, Instagram, man.
What was your AIM name?
Shred guitars.
Mine
You're a
was-
drummer.
Yeah, exactly. ShrdGutarz. Guitars.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Mine was Irish Gangsta 7209.
Is that your birthday? Wait, when is
Damn.
the 7209? I was gonna say
Yeah,
is it your
that's his
but-
birthday,
Yeah, I
dude.
was like
7209
I was like, oh,
is
he's
his
birthday.
10 years old.
I have no idea what the 9 was for, but like 720 is my birthday.
Yeah, fuck you
And
guys.
9 is-
Dude, 09, that's maybe you made it that year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe that was your year. You peaked junior year of high school.
Shit.
Joe, don't speak up now. Oh no.
Mine was Rascal JB. Just because my
Okay.
favorite PlayStation game was Rascal, even though it was so gross and bugged, but I loved it, and then I just put my initial after it. I think that's the kind of the easiest way I've been able to like create names. Just stamp JB at the end, and I'm good.
Dude,
Do you ever?
I don't even remember what my MySpace name was, but if I had to bet like the $3 in my account, it was something Slipknot related because I thought they were heavy as fuck.
And you don't feel the same anymore, or
Compared to what? Like
compared to
Cradle of
anything I
Filth?
knew, I didn't like my whole musical like existence was thinking that Slipknot was the heaviest a band could be.
oh jeez.
Dude, I
And
remember those
religious
days
turns out
where
I'm a
I was
fucking
videos.
idiot. Like
Like the first time someone ever showed me Disturbed, I was like, dude, this
Do
is
you even
awful.
ooh, ah,
Like, what is that noise he's making? They're like, no, dude, you gotta just listen to it. That's actually how I got into this music. I was playing Xbox Live with this kid on Halo 3
I've heard this,
in
yeah.
Foundry. And we were like talking, he was like asking me the bands I listened to, and I was like telling him like Disturbed,
Yeah.
like Bullet for My Valentine and
Oh
stuff.
jeez, yeah.
My Chemical
Classic.
Romance, and he's like, "Have you ever heard of The Devil Wears Prada?" And I was like, "No." He's like, go listen to Dog Scroll Beards all over. I'm
yes.
like, okay. I like play it, and like obviously it kicks in, and I'm like, oh my god, this is awful. This is terrible. Who would make music like this?
I mean, you
And
were
then
right
and then
there.
I said that to him, and he's like, no, you gotta give it a chance. Just listen to it over and over again. So I did, and then I ended up like, that's how I started listening to it. I like forced myself to listen to that awful song that I thought was awful at the time. It probably still is.
It's still is.
Like it's just start. My brother used to like do a cover with that with Jack Kazaza and Joe.
Munoz.
No.
No.
Oh yeah.
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 I think I went to high school with your brother, actually.
Yeah, you probably did.
Justin? No,
But Brandon?
Jason.
Brandon. His name's
Brandon.
Brandon
My name's
Jason.
Justin. His name's
I'm already mixing everybody's names up.
Yeah. It's his middle name. You were there. So I don't know if you guys. So I know one band that like. Okay, so the first local band I knew of was in middle school, and it was the Wake Up Call. I don't know.
Wake
if
Up
one I
Call.
ever
Holy
Yeah.
fuck. I
Yeah.
haven't heard that name in a long
like
time.
Wake Up Call.
Chapter
Chapter 50.
Ballast.
Ballast with Seth
Ballast.
Rand. Oh my god. Like those were the three core bands I knew like out of like MySpace and Pinkerton and
I'm
stuff
telling
like that.
you, dude, the local bands that I knew are still playing.
Oh really?
From my town, Dover area, yeah, dude.
They made it.
What
A
bands?
Minor Revolution, who I literally just saw over the weekend. They're a punk band. And the Cryptics, who are also a punk band. It had like 73 different people in the band. But, you know,
That
they're
sounds like-
just
that
they're
sounds like
punks.
us.
They're punks. They just go, they travel around the country playing fucking the same, 20, 30 punk songs all the time.
that they wrote a decade ago.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
for sure.
Living the dream.
That's how
But
they know they're
that's-
really good at it.
Honestly,
I mean, maybe.
that's the dream.
Are you really good at punk, or do you just do it?
He's just edgy enough, but he doesn't actually know the lifestyle.
I hate punk.
Did you guys ever go to shows at
Almost as
Rocco's
much as
and
I hate hippies.
Sat Cafe?
Yeah.
Dude.
Do you guys remember Sat Cafe? No, you don't. Well,
We talked about
Dude.
that.
where,
I didn't.
What's the venue in Dover?
The Brick House.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know people used to do Sat Cafe at Rocco's, and if you were like ambitious enough, you would go like up to Dover. Like that was the one
Interesting.
other venue you would go out of your way for. Like
Yeah, many
those were
people
the
don't
three venues they
do that.
rotated all the time.
I was like 15 and my mom wouldn't drive me to Dover. So
That's what I'm saying. It was only the people that are ambitious enough to like go out of their way to Dover that would go.
I remember my mom bringing my sister to a punk show at a laundromat, and that was just fine. Like it was probably 30 minutes from the house too, so she was just like, "All right, like you have a way home, so I'm dropping you off here." I was like, "Do you know where we are?" Yeah, it's a "what the fuck is up, Denny's" type situation.
I
But
know.
like, I hope they didn't break any washing machines.
One of my favorite stories at the Sat Cafe is Always and Forever played there, and they kept. I don't know if you guys know the band, but they played there, and then they got kicked out because people were moshing and like two-stepping and throwing elbows and stuff like that. at
That's
the
the
shows.
band's fault.
And
It's
so
all the band's
they
fault.
banned them from it, and then they went back as Aragon and Frodo. Like Always and Forever, and then Aragon and Frodo. Like
Oh,
they
gotcha,
just
yep.
switched the name a little bit. And then they get kicked out a second time, but they only did that so they could do a show without them knowing like
That
who
was-
they were.
that's savage.
That's
That's
very
savage.
And then they got kicked out. They were like permanently banned from the place. But the place is shut down, right? You
Oh yeah,
guys were
Yeah.
saying
Yeah, I don't
that's
think
crazy.
so.
I got to play one of those.
Always and
That's
Forever, like
sick.
pre-Secret Destroyer, basically. And then Secret Destroyer after that was
Mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
love
about Star
Secret.
Destroyer?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys all start in music? Like going from like your first inspirations, whether it's Disturbed or like even local bands. Like, how did you guys get into music?
Let's go down the
line. Yeah.
Joe.
All right.
Ooh, curveball.
Just like I got time to think.
All right,
about
so
it.
I don't know. My family has always been pretty musically oriented. My grandfather was in a
Oh yeah.
doo-wop
Every time it
band.
snaps, that's you guys, and every
Oh,
time
shit.
it. What,
I don't have a mix.
Oh yeah.
Am
you
I
might need
supposed to
make a
mix, or do you want me to take a shot?
No, make a mix. Trust me.
Yeah.
If it gets up to like 40, you might not want to do shots anymore.
Are you lying? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We've definitely had people like just
Hey,
do shots.
nice.
Oh jeez.
Well,
Yeah. So where did you?
My family's always been like pretty musically oriented. So like at a young age, like I was basically put into music. My grandfather got me a guitar when I was like 6, and he was in this doo-wop band in the 50s called the Majestics, and they hit number 1
way.
Billboard chart with the Lone Stranger and everything in 1955.
That's crazy.
So he's pretty much taught me like
My story's way less cool.
all the basics as I was growing up, and I kind of like I didn't really listen, like I just wanted to play metal, like.
I want some
And
metal.
then once I got into like
Crown Empire.
8th grade, high school, I really started to like get serious with like music and actually like try.
Yeah.
I remember like the first song I ever sat down and like learned by ear was "You're Gonna Go Far Kid" by The Offspring.
Oh,
and
shit.
like, dude, I literally sat.
I'm like
it
sitting
was
out
so good.
off camera, like listening to you. I'm just like so into it, and then I'm like this. I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh,
Dude, that arm is really interested in your story.
And then high school science class, there's kid Dave who was like a fucking guitar prodigy.
David Zussman.
Dave
Zussman.
Zussman, dude.
Bro, every
Fuck
band he was
him.
ever
We
in was
started a band
slap.
with him,
Dude, his house is
Stephen
so clean
Boyd,
because all he does is street.
Chris
Stephen
Musser, and Tyler Connolly and Eric Knapp, and we were called Demons in the Attic.
is this a 60s?
Dita.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I know that band. That's,
Yeah, that was us.
That's wild.
And
What an acronym.
we were kind of bad, like
Bet.
just bad.
Bad.
With the
But-
prodigy
Best-
guitar
the best
player,
thing
you were
that ever
bad.
came-
Well, no, we were like good, but our content
geez.
was
You
just
guys are
Nobody
fucking
is
awful.
good enough to be in a band with Dave Sussman to be successful. Like, he can't carry 4 other people.
No.
He just can't.
Dave literally used to play like a 7-minute solo in every single song, dude.
Chill out, Zach
Dude,
Wild.
the
Damn.
best
Fucking
thing
going
that
crazy.
ever came from that time period was Chris Musser. He had a YouTube channel where he would post all
Oh.
of stuff.
I haven't heard of Chris
we used to
Musser
fuck
in so
with each other
long.
There
so
is
hard,
a
dude.
video, There's a video where he does a hardcore cover of the Campfire song. And it is literally one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Arf, arf,
He
am I
also
right?
became like
A meme with
a
the Baja
world
Blast in
renowned
the
meme,
tub.
like the Baja Blast kid in the
Yeah,
tub. That's
yeah.
him.
That's
Oh no
yeah.
shit.
I remember seeing that. I was like, oh my god, I went to school with him.
We played Rocco's like 4 times, and then
And you came out not murdered?
That's
That's sick, dude.
yeah.
The venue was sketch. Well, it got shut down because it got the biggest heroin bust. Is that what it was?
it was
Yeah.
drug bust.
Meth bust.
I mean, regardless, they also
Yeah.
Well,
like,
it was
found
shut down
bodies
as a
behind
venue
their dumpster
before
all the
that,
time.
and then
Yeah,
it
it
was
became a
still-
Mexican restaurant.
and then it got raided, and then they found a whole fuck ton of meth downstairs.
The biggest bust in New Hampshire of all time, which is crazy. 'cause
Yeah.
we got a lot of meth here.
It's wild
Man,
that my
Manchester's
mom let me
fucking
go to
full of
shows
it.
there
Yeah.
when I was like 15
You
years
watch
old.
these people walk down the side of the road, and they're like,
Not walking?
Gallivanting
days.
Like,
Ooh,
hey.
drink, boys.
Drink, boys.
Oh. Can I drink a drink and not boys?
No.
the tall glass of boy you got there.
Dude, it's wild that like we beat the odds going to Rocco shows and not being addicted to hard drugs.
Yeah.
Is that so?
I mean, I feel like we beat the odds.
Evan's over here like face down. Just I can't talk about it.
Rocco's is
How do you
pretty
guys?
fucking
Well,
wild.
I know we. Well, I don't know if we want to still keep going down.
Oh, sure. Yeah, my parents as well were both musically inclined. So my dad is still an active vocalist.
Hell yeah.
And my mom played guitar.
I'll drink to that.
So, yeah, there you go. See, like, my sister also kind of got into music, but I probably started when I was like 8 years old playing guitar. No, flip that. Drums. 8 years old playing drums. And then got into guitar at like 11. And then I got real depressed and just stayed inside and played guitar all the time. So I got real good at guitar for a
Felt
while. And so I used to like post videos on Facebook, get no response at all. So I stopped doing that, stopped playing guitar a lot, and now I play drums more again. And yeah, that's like the compiled story. Yeah, parents.
Parents.
We're like the same, but also opposite.
Yeah, yeah.
Same
I
thing.
started
I'm a
with
woman.
guitar and then tried to play
Same.
drums. You know.
And we got Jake number 2.
Yeah.
I'll bring to that.
Oh yeah, thank you, whoever that was. My number 1 fan and only fan.
It's funny because there's a slight delay. So like your number 1 fan is like, no.
He's actually
They
this Jake's boy.
he's like, no, I meant it for the other Jake.
Watch that 9 go back to an 8.
He's gonna change
Switch
it to a
over
like.
to 6.
No, so I mean, I got like really heavy into music in like high school, mostly because I didn't have any friends. So like I faked being into heavy music because like all like the heavy music kids like they were very accepting and like took me as their friend.
Wait, what?
That's
how it was in your area.
yeah.
Dude,
they
I
were
was
like
outcast for not liking
really.
metal.
Well, I went to Pinkerton. There's like 4,000 kids there.
Oh,
Yeah.
So like.
There was
So it's like
That's large,
those
I'd
like
say.
like the emo and like the goth like clique that listen to heavy music. They're like very accepting. So I like faked listening to heavy music while I was like actually listening to like 50 Cent and All American Rejects.
That's a
So-
broad spectrum.
It was basically
What could you
only
listen
them.
to
It
in the
wasn't.
middle?
It wasn't a
50 Cent
spectrum.
slapped
It
What
was
could be in the
only
middle
them.
of that? Broken
I mean,
side.
broken side. So like I faked listening to heavy music, and
Hollywood
you know
Undead.
I kind of just like hanging around those people, like kind of got forced into it. So I started listening to bands like Slipknot and like Devil Driver. I was big
That's
into
a
like
name.
I was big
Ooh.
into like Cattle Decapitation and Goat Whore, and like I was big
Every
into,
name
like,
has not like rung a bell with me so far.
No,
So I
Goat
was like-
Whore is great.
Goat
I
Whore.
suggest
So-
Goat
yeah.
Whore.
It's like when you name drop like famous people you know, or like famous people name drop famous people. You're just like name dropping bands that like I'm sure most of the people watching from my set are like, who the fuck is that?
What the fuck are these?
You had me at Disturbed, and then now I'm done.
So,
That would-
so that's how I got like into like listening to it. But so when I was, I mean, like maybe 15 or 16, my sister started dating this dude Rick, who they're now married and they've been together for like a fucking decade.
What's up, Rick?
Hey Rick, my
Shout
boy,
out to
he's
Rick.
not watching this. He's like one of the best guitarists I've ever met, and I was like this like young impressionable kid who didn't like have a ton of friends, so like I connected to him a lot because we kind of listened to the same music, and he started teaching me how to play guitar when I was like 15, and so I've been a guitarist for a long time, but I didn't really actually get serious in like playing music until 2014 when Evan and I started this band. I came home from my deployment and basically had like no friends after I came home because everyone was like, "Oh, he's gone for a year. Like, fuck that
yeah,
kid."
yeah.
So
know a lot of
I
people like
came
that.
back from deployment and me and Evan weren't even friends really.
I feel so alone.
we-
It snaps and I'm like,
like me and Evan like knew each other, but we weren't actually like friends. But like we went to Halligan's when I came home.
That's
Like
my
the first
spot,
week I
bro.
was home,
Apparently.
and we got tanked. And they were like,
They
"Dude,
take
we
real
should
good
start
care
a
of me there.
band." And then like 9 members later, Dismissed was
Women
born.
Awards,
And that's basically
Yeah.
my whole like into music story.
Yeah. Sorry, Jameson.
Evan Limits.
Evan Limits. Oh boy.
I was in limits.
I don't know how.
I still have pictures of me screaming into a microphone at the Sad Cafe
Dude.
Rip Trust
with
Fall.
you on stage, just like.
Yeah, that was
How
that
heavy of a pour do you
show.
want?
That was not fun.
Do like 2 seconds more.
Did it?
Mint.
Was anyone actually happy at the Sad Cafe? I never went there.
I was always sad.
I
to be
was
happy at the
I
Sad
was
Cafe,
I was
you have to be
happy to
happy?
be there when we played there, like when I played with my first band Never Limits.
Yeah.
Until
Was that the show with Dead Ocean?
No, that was the show with Anna Sapphira.
Ocean.
And
Oh,
we,
man,
Miss
that's
Anna
a big
Sapphira,
show.
dude.
so yeah, but we for whatever reason were headlining over them. Like I didn't handle any of that. It was like
That's called
now this
the
is like-
guitarist
that's
at the
called
time.
promoters fucking.
No, wasn't
He-
that at
he
Tandy's in
handled-
Concord?
No,
No,
that's
no.
called a
We played
big
with
band
them
not
there, but
wanting
they
to play
played
till
after
fucking
us
night.
there. But we at the Sad Cafe we played after them, and like they went on and just like I've never seen a show like that. I was blown away. I was
They
like,
ripped it.
I was like, dude, I have to go up. Like that dude did a backflip off the drum set.
Yeah.
Like it was absolutely insane. And then they did the same thing at Tandy's. It was like down in the this like weird, like stone staircase, like a bunch of rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
And the vocalist like took the mic and he went over to the rock wall and he found a hole and he jammed the mic in it, and then he held himself up like over the rock wall, screaming into the mic.
No way.
Yeah, it was
It
wild.
was fucking crazy.
We
Could
definitely
you-
should not have played after that. I was like, oh my god.
Can you
Who
imagine
did you
having
s-
upper body
You guys were
strength?
good though.
Who'd you say was in shot heard around the
Ken.
It's
Ken.
Ken.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
We'll
craziest
be here
thing I
later.
saw was we were at one of the crazier
We
things I
should check
saw.
and see if he's
we
here yet.
You know how like drummers they'll set up in front of each other to break down easier. So they did that at the dairy,
Here's a message.
not the opera house, the upper room. So they had done that, and I think Castor was last, and Derek, the
Castor.
drummer, went in and he was drumming. And he was doing a drum solo and using the kit behind him at the same time. And it was the craziest thing I had ever seen. And I was like, I don't know if it was a normal thing to do. Like, I think because he knew Seth, you know, it wasn't like a disrespect thing. But, like, he just did a drum solo and kind of just swiveled around and hit the fucking snares behind him and was doing a crazy and, like, you know, he used both kits at once, like, for, like, just drum solos that he was doing mid-song. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I saw, like, Killswitch Engage and, Shadows Fall, All That Remains, Drowning Pool all in one show, which was really dope.
That's a big show.
sick.
That's what
That reminds me, honestly, one of my first shows ever, if you remember the Taste of Chaos tour, when that used to exist, that was basically like the premier like emo tour.
Okay.
There was like 8 like weirdly like Japanese bands that played first. That was really fucking weird. But it was Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine, and Atreyu.
Oh, that's crazy.
And
yeah.
it was like this was 2007, so it was literally all 3 of those bands in their prime. And it was like 15-year-old me was not capable of appreciating the show I was at. Like I appreciate it more now, like 12 years later.
Yeah, you look
than-
back, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I know, like, one of the things that, like, I learned, like, just from, like, going to, like, some of those shows was two-stepping. And then I'm seeing a lot on the news now that people are getting in mosh pits and two-stepping and getting their teeth smashed in and then suing the band or suing the event. Like, how do you guys... I'm sure you guys are, like, a little bit old school, so, like, that isn't, like, your mentality going to a show. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm kind of anti-crowd killing. Like, I think it's stupid. But the fact of the matter is, it exists. So, like, don't be fucking stupid and stand back. If it's going to happen, whether people like it or not. So don't be stupid and stand away from because it's gonna happen.
I love the chivalry in like hardcore shows. Like when there's like
that's the thing.
Like
Some
I
of
love like
them.
if someone
Some
punches
of the shows.
There's some of the shows, yeah,
That
because
guy
there's
hates
some
crowd killing
there's,
too.
there's some shows that like I'll see like someone falls over and everyone picks them up right. Oh,
I'll do it with you. Don't worry, I'll do it with you.
but like
That's the best part about like
there's
the
some,
metal community.
yeah, if someone gets dropped, like you just see a bunch of people pick them up, and then if a girl gets decked, everyone like starts.
Well,
like,
that's when
getting
this fight
pissed and beating the
starts.
shit. Yeah,
yeah. That's when
Yeah.
that unfortunate homie goes to the hospital that
Yeah.
night.
And, and it's crazy because like that genre of like mosh pits and everything has transitioned. Because I'm a hip hop artist. I go to a lot of like hip hop shows, and the new generation of hip hop has a crossbreed with like post hardcore.
Oh,
so
yeah,
there's a
it's a
lot
huge
more
thing now,
mosh
yeah.
pits in hip hop
Which is
shows,
kind of
which
sick.
is crazy.
Wow.
Like well, like more hardcore hip hop. You know what I mean? Like like
LPLG.
yeah. Like Ski Mask Slump God I recently saw, and they had a freaking they had a wall of death like where everyone was
That's
going
sick.
crazy and stuff.
Suicide
And tho-
Boys.
yeah, like Suicide
Yeah.
exactly. Suicide Boys was the next person I was definitely thinking of. But how do you guys feel this? Like, so I can kind of appreciate because I've grew up with both genres and appreciated both. How do you guys feel the scene has evolved and changed for like you guys?
Well, I've been working for NH Booking for a while now, like almost 4.5 years. So I got to watch like the rise and the fall of the bungalow, as I would like to call it.
What do you mean the fall
And-
of the bungalow? Is
There
no
was
longer a
definitely
venue?
a fall.
Oh, there was a
There
big
was a
fall.
huge fall.
Dude. So,
you want to talk
wait,
about bungalow?
so-
Here's the
oh,
group
yeah,
to talk about.
So we're
Oh,
getting into
God.
it. Jesus, all right.
Let me spill it real quick. So
Let's hear the tea.
basically,
Pinkies out.
on no part of Richie or
the
NH
T.
Booking. Like we did all we could to
that's
keep
you.
that
Strong T.
venue alive.
I know.
That's hard T.
We did everything in our power, but you know, I did a whole lot of shit there, and basically the owners just like got sick of it. They just got, I don't know.
Like the owners of NH Booking or the owners of Bungalow?
The owners of the bungalow.
Okay.
Richie's still,
So-
we're still going, but
They got sick of like the business part that was failing, which was their actual business.
the bar.
The
Okay.
bar, the
I was a
food part.
bartender. Yeah.
You know, the food part
After
was the
Ray left-
really disgusting.
Well,
aspect.
Ray left, and then there was no food.
I saw him last night
and
actually. I
then
stumbled in.
homie from martial law, then Death Amphetamine, kind of stepped up.
James
Yeah,
Yates.
James Yates,
Yeah,
the
my boy
homie.
James.
Love him.
Everyone just showed love for a second.
He stepped up and was grilling for a while, but I mean,
Ray, not Ray.
Ray held that place down.
Ray held it down. Lewis didn't want to pay James, and that's why
Exactly.
he got fired for no reason, literally.
You
But
can
it's,
collect unemployment from getting fired.
Yeah,
too,
but they
so
didn't
like-
fucking put any of us on a payroll. Like I worked for the bungalow directly and NH Booking. I was assistant
So did
bar
a lot of
manager
people.
for a little bit.
were.
You know what I mean? Like we'd place beer orders and we'd come in the next day for like a big show, like the
Fight it.
Weekend of Dreams last year, and they'd be like, "Yeah, everything that you ordered was just it's just expensive, you know." And I'm like, but these are the things that we're selling. You know what I mean? Like you didn't order any IPAs, and all these fuckers want IPAs, and now like you have 24 Pabs and 64 Heinekens. Like that's it
Yeah.
for a fucking national touring act with 3 national bands on it. Like,
And maybe for the next day too.
it affected their business so bad that they tried to push it off as like
And
we're
Booking
fucking
is
it up.
doing
But no, like we more often than not, the bungalow was wall to wall, like for a lot of shows,
Yeah.
especially
Dude, for
towards
our-
the beginning.
Because
It
of
was a
NH
lot.
Booking.
Do you
Yes.
remember?
Yeah.
Do
That's
you remember our comeback show?
When we dropped
Yeah.
the music video,
We-
when we were supposed to like come back and like be playing shows all the time, and then we played that
And
one
then we
show
played
and
one
then stopped
show.
Yeah.
again.
Good times.
Dude, that show was packed.
Yeah.
That was wild.
We played with Kingsman,
Vice,
Saving Vice,
Kingsman, Floor's Embrace.
the floor. Oh, shout
Where
out
did they
Paul.
drop?
Paul.
Shout out
Drake.
Paul. Sorry about your ankle
yeah.
forever and
That's when
always.
he-
That
Dude,
wasn't
you're
the same
in their
day.
documentary.
I
in
know.
the documentary, if you haven't like
I
watched
know.
it, they like talk about that incident.
I
It's
know.
so funny.
I didn't mean to.
The-
I didn't
it's
even
like the
know
first
Paul
show
was
of the-
behind me.
It's like
Okay.
the first show of their Weekender too. He like
I know.
Oh.
I just
the
remember.
second show. Oh,
For,
were
for
in the
everyone
pit.
listening, what happened? Here?
All right. I remember I was in the pit,
Everyone.
and
I don't.
you know, I just knew that the breakdown was about to hit, and I was, a little drunk, and I was just like, I'm gonna throw everything I have into this back fist right now. Like, I'm gonna throw everything I got. You know what I mean? And lo and behold, Paul was standing behind me, and the breakdown hit, and I just remember feeling something. My hand went completely numb. That's how hard I fucking hit him.
Yeah, like that time you fucking
And he-
punched me in the face.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He fell into that little step up on the side of the bungalow there that was up against the
that's
windows
your
and shit.
Yo, can you pour me some of what you have?
Oh, you want
Yeah.
to know what I have?
And he fell into that and he broke his ankle
2 seconds.
because I
is
knocked
good.
him over. And I felt so bad. But for the longest
sorry,
time,
sorry.
No, okay, yeah, but so he broke his ankle literally like 10 minutes into the bungalow. He still
played the
his
show,
set that
and
night.
then yeah,
Like, drink for Paul. He's a
drink
fucking...
for Paul. Dude, I tried to buy him
trying.
beers every time I saw him, and he was like, no, like, I apologize profusely all the time. I was like, dude, I feel so bad. He's like, dude, it happens, you know?
You know what's funny
I'm
though
like,
is like
coolest fucking guy.
a month later, not even. I think it was probably like a week later. Me with Attacking the Vision played the Alchemy.
He had the wheelchair, right?
No, he.
Alchemy.
So we played Alchemy.
God.
They replaced Paul for that one show, but like homie had literally like 3 hours notice and was in their van outside the venue for those 3 hours learning their set.
Wow.
And they played.
Wow.
They didn't play a full set. I think it was only like 4 tracks, but still like in
Damn.
3 hours, like homie slayed.
Crushed.
That's fucking
for him.
awesome,
Yeah.
dude. For the longest time, I pictured it like a Mortal Kombat X thing when I punched Paul by accident. You get the back fist to the face, and all of a sudden it's like, and you just watch the ankle explode. You know what I mean? Like, the X-ray thing comes on and everything. I'm like, oh boy, sorry, Paul. So sorry. Another one for you.
Yeah, no, we have to. Another one. Sorry, Paul.
So I guess the one big question that everyone asks is why drop all the vowels and an extra S?
So before they get to this answer, I just want to say, I at this point had left the band. I had nothing to do with that.
And I wasn't in it
I
yet,
just
so
want that to be way out of the
These
open.
two guys right here will tell you what's going
God
on.
damn it.
So the reason we dropped the vowels was so when we originally started, we were dismissed, like just the regular spelling, and we looked it up. We didn't see a lot of bands. Like there was one Facebook page, but it was super inactive.
Like 8 years old.
Years have gone by since they did anything. And we started doing Spotify and stuff, and then like with our first upload, we noticed it was like on another page, like with another dismissed music.
I
And we
noticed that
tried
when I was
for-
kind
we
of
tried
looking at
for a long time
originally,
to get them split, but we
wouldn't do
ended
it.
up just like saying like, why don't we just like drop all the vowels and make it just this 5-letter word, like kind of for like a cool aesthetic thing, but then also it's like a unique name. Like if anyone looks that up, we're the only thing that comes up.
Yep.
You know what I
The
mean?
real answer is they wanted to be Varsity.
Or victims.
Yeah, or victims.
Victims is
And
sick,
so they
though.
dropped all the
They're fucking awesome.
vowels.
I learned recently that one of the guys that I work with, I'm a project manager, and the carpenter foreman that I work for is
That's another carpenter.
yeah, he's like, I
he's
heard
like
you.
my boy.
I think his nephew is one of the members in Paris, and like he was talking to me about it.
Perverse.
Huh? Is it perverse? No. Okay. I was gonna be so pissed that I said that wrong in front of everyone.
Please, it's
We should have kept it going.
Dude, I would have been fucked
Like
up.
even after the podcast, you'd be going up to me like, "Yo, you hear the new Primus records?"
Literally, like all the bands you said, I have not a clue. What I'm gonna like name drop it later. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no band. I want to get into some of the stuff that I kind of did a deep dive on you guys, and there's a lot of like cool things between like the tour that you guys did. Did you got like is it the Self Defeater? Is that what it was?
The self-defeat tour.
Defeat tour.
Well, it
is
was
there
like because like that's how they used to do it back then. Like all the cool tours had that name that like where they had like the Mon store or whatever.
Oh no, I don't.
No.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
no,
you know
you
what
guys
I'm talking
tell
about.
me. I don't know.
So basically, we have like a lyric, and it's like self-defeating is like the tail end of a lyric of ours. So
Misguided,
misguided,
self-defeating.
mistreated, self-defeating. So we took the self-defeating and we made our self-defeat tour to kind of play off of that, as it was something that had just been released.
Who loves orange soda?
I love orange soda. I do. Do you guys have any crazy stories from the tour, or
We have a
know what?
lot of crazy
Talk about
There
playing in a
is-
wrestling cage.
oh,
dude,
Hell
that
in a
was
Ca-
fucking
Yeah, I
awesome.
saw that with.
Were you there for that? Okay, switch out.
Okay.
Let's switch out.
You gonna swap?
Here comes Ken.
Yeah, here comes Ken.
So there's 5 members in this band,
So on this
Yeah.
one-
and we're doing a quick swap.
Okay.
We don't got a lot of room back here.
Nah, so I'll be back. You do your thing.
Love you.
Yo, aren't you the bassist for Saving Vice?
I don't want to hear about it.
That's mean.
Bassist in this band?
This is
Hello?
Ken.
Hello.
Oh,
Look at this guy.
Wow.
Can we get a heart react for Ken? Please?
I just gave a heart react.
Ken is my boyfriend.
I haven't seen these guys in a while.
I don't know if you guys have. Did you guys like it at all?
I got-
By the way, because you
no.
could screw you guys or screw me
No, we
very
have
much
not
over.
done
All right.
Like
second.
I just did that. I
Oh,
just gave you
shit.
guys a love.
Oh, that's ginger ale. Cool.
Oh.
I'll drink Jake's ginger ale. I don't
So, wait. So you were part of the. By the way, introduce yourself to the people.
Hello.
Would you like
I'm-
to? What do you drink?
care. Alcohol and water. Yeah.
Are you down? Do you like rum? Do you like Jameson?
Sure,
Or
yeah,
do you want
yeah.
me to get you a tequila shot?
Oh, you have that?
Yes.
Dude,
I'll
someone
take that.
commented and said, "Who's the ugly chick second to the
Thank you.
left?" Oh wait, that's
He likes
just
tequila
Joe.
and vodka.
Who said
No,
that?
no, I'm off the
Shane.
vodka.
You're
off the vodka?
It wasn't
Dude,
working out.
I'll
for
never
me.
forget the first weekend run we did. We had a whole cooler full of fucking alcohol. Like, I don't know, it must have been like 70-something beers in there and a whole handle, like a big-ass vanity handle of Grey Goose. And this motherfucker literally laying in the back seat. I'm in the second to back fucking row. And he goes, "Joe, pass me my fancy water. It's in the cooler." And I'm like, "You're what?" And I go in the cooler. I'm looking for like
big is this
smart water or something like that.
The cooler's
Like,
huge.
It was
I was
cooler
gonna
was
say if it's a
fucking huge.
handle
We
of
fit, I
Grey
think,
Goose.
Yeah.
like close to a 30 rack and then a half of a 30 rack plus that bottle.
Jesus Christ.
No, we had like 230 racks in there.
It had
It was
to
a
be
lot.
like shoved on the floor, like in between the rows.
Yeah.
Like
It
it was
was
like a
fucking
friggin' full size like. Yeah.
So
I'm like
illegal.
looking through the
So
whole cooler.
illegal.
Fucking illegal.
I'm like, "Ken, there's no fucking water in here. There's only Grey Goose." And he's like, "That's exactly what I'm
Yeah,
talking
my
about.
special
My
water."
fancy water." And I'm like, "All right," you know what I mean? Like,
Here
we're
you
on the
go.
fucking highway in New Jersey, so you know we can be drinking like,
you know what?
dude,
but the
Actually,
driver can't.
Remember getting pulled over?
Oh
and, like,
no!
Yo,
Yeah.
so
Fuck
apparently
me, dude,
in New York,
they have these things called
parkways,
parkways.
and on parkways because they're
What are
apparently
what are
different.
parkways?
Parkways are highways
That's the cop.
only for cars.
They're
No,
they're,
you
hi-
remember
they're
you asked the
highways
cop
but
that?
called parkways. The cop literally couldn't
Yeah,
tell us
this-
what the difference
think you
was.
This.
But
that okay?
This is a parkway.
But
That's
on a
what he
parkway
did.
in New York,
this-
ooh, I'll
yeah.
take that.
Okay, okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
And then bring the Grey Goose too.
On a parkway
We'll
in New
bring it
Fancy
York,
water.
you can't drive commercial vehicles. Now, commercial vehicles also
You can
include
show anything.
a van with a trailer. So we were driving on this parkway with our trailer, and Joe was driving, and we got pulled over. Now,
Cop was in front of me, by the way.
literally, as soon as we
Pulled
got
over in
pulled
this
over,
weird thing, and then flicked his lights on and came up on him like, everybody's drunk in the back seat.
I've never seen
Sleeping.
a group of people just stash and hide so many empties faster in my life.
Yep.
Just like,
Dude.
in trash bags, under seats, just empties Oh,
That's
homie
you guys.
likes it.
Yeah.
Just empties everywhere, and we were absolutely fucking tanked. And of course, Metalcore Jesus with the face tattoos is the one that's driving that gets
And
pulled
Lorenz
over.
is in the front
And
seat
yeah,
with me.
and our black drummer was in the
Our
passenger
old
seat.
Hey, so what's the deal?
Every time you hear
when
that,
you get a love,
you gotta
drink.
take a drink.
Okay,
Not a
so, like,
shot,
drink.
just a sip. You can take a.
Oh, okay,
We
cool.
have an extra glass. Oh, Evan, can we borrow your glass? 'Cause you're
Yeah,
not
you
drinking
don't
it.
need it.
Bitch, man.
So you can make
Alright.
yourself a drink, or we can make you drink, and then. Yeah.
We gotta get to 25.
No.
Evan will do a ghost pepper shot.
25.
I will.
Line.
Signed up.
We're at 25 right now.
I will literally-
Yes.
Yo,
Could I,
25 loves. He's eating ghost pepper.
I will
Hot
literally-
sauce.
Could I just have one love
he-
right
Actually,
now?
it's
This
pepperette.
is-
Take this. Could I have a love, please?
This is not
You
gonna
can take it if
happen.
you want.
I need an
I'll
excuse
go
to
with
catch
Hold on,
up.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
I am not going to
I'll
do
do
this.
this for you.
I need an excuse to catch up. Yeah, please. Just love that.
You just.
and I'll
Oh,
do it.
there it is.
Oh, was
Hey!
that it?
Yeah.
was it?
Okay.
No,
whoever
someone
it was,
else did
hey.
it. There's
Oh,
another one.
one.
God. I also just updated my status saying that you have to click on the live stream.
Oh, the live. Oh,
Oh,
there's
Jesus.
another one.
I only
You
want one.
fucked up.
Everybody wants to see Evan do the ghost peppers.
Oh, we're gonna hit that 25,
I'm gonna
boys.
come and get
Let's
my.
get it.
That's such bullshit.
You've been
25
signed
is so
up.
fucking low.
I'm just
It's
gonna
too late.
stand
We
over
literally,
everything.
I quoted at 100. How did we drop all the way to 25?
Because we just
Yeah.
really want you to do it.
Yeah.
and
I will die.
Well,
It's okay.
it's worth 25 hearts, bro.
No.
you're not gonna
You
die.
need another ginger
You don't have to do
To-
a whole
to be-
shot.
To be fair,
You gotta do a little
There's one
dab.
soldiers
Dude,
everywhere.
he did a little
Okay,
dab
As long as
and
they know
I'll
that
do a
it's
little
not-
dab with you, motherfucker.
you do
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bigger
Hot
dab,
sauce dab,
and
homie.
then
Sorry, bro.
I'll think about it.
How about no? How about we do it at the same time, or you just do it?
Yeah, take Arthur.
You already signed up for 25. People want to see it.
Yeah, we announced it. It's canon.
In the
now.
words of Eric Andre,
I'm just not
Sorry,
gonna do
gotta
it.
give the
I-
internet what
I
they
really-
want.
Oh shit, 25.
I recently bought. So for those of you tuning in, because we talked about this previously before, I have a hot one sauce that's Pepper X, which is twice as hot than a Carolina Reaper.
Fucking love
And
hot ones.
I did like I don't know, probably the tip of a pen amount, and it literally burnt for like so long. Just that one spot just was on fire. So Evan has pledged to do it at 25 loaves.
No.
He's already saying
That's what it is.
No.
I never said that.
See, the thing is, there's 5 of us here.
You have
And
been voted
one
off
of
the
you.
island.
So
You are the weakest
I'll be
link.
gone.
Goodbye.
Vote me off the island. 25 comments, I have to leave the stream.
Be right back, spamming 25 comments.
So you
Yeah, I'm gonna go comment.
no.
Cool.
So you guys said all right, so first you were getting into the Metal Mafia show in the Hell in the Cell.
Yes.
What was that like?
That show was so awesome.
Even the stage setup.
Like,
it
it
was
was,
insane.
when we got
Stage
there,
setup
it was
very odd.
crazy. Like a whole, like actual, like cages. We got to like go and grab on the cage and like shake and
Oh,
stuff.
there's one.
Ooh, drink.
It was-
Is that
Ooh,
you?
drink
Oh,
again.
was
I
that
love you,
you?
babies.
Did they
One
move
of
from
them
me
was.
to them?
Yep.
What
Oh,
the
no!
hell? People want Evan to do this. I just dropped a 7 on my side just to make Evan
Get fucked,
do it.
boy.
Bruh, I'm not doing it.
That's
Oh,
That's what you think, baby.
Dude, I won't do it. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh shit. JB the Canadian, small world, love you.
Oh, I know.
Shout out.
Do you know that?
Adam's like my best fucking
No
friend.
shit, I
Oh,
know
it
Adam.
changed back. It
That's
changed
you.
back. We have to
Oh.
vomit our drinks back.
Spit it back up.
If you take it for me,
Also, shout out to
Fuck you.
Jaren.
I have pride.
I'm gonna do a shot for you in a minute. You
So-
ugly bastard.
So Hell in a Cell, or the tour in a whole, like as a whole, like was there, like
you
what's
bet.
your
That's
favorite memory?
my favorite memory was the first weekender we ever did, and we played out in Prattsville, New York, and we played at this like art
I don't
center.
want to talk about that show.
And like
Hot dogs.
it was like a good show. So we played that show, and then we played with a bunch of the locals from like the surrounding towns. Like some came a couple hours out to play.
Shout out to Beast, who like left our show early and didn't watch our set.
Shout out.
I wasn't gonna name names, but at that show, all the bands that played before us left before we went on. I think one of them stayed. So we went across the street to the bar, and we convinced everyone
bar.
in that bar to come over and watch us play.
Yeah, there was like it was funny though because it was like in the middle of nowhere, New York.
The whole town
but
was
the-
one
the-
strip.
There was like
One
there was like
strip.
20 people from the bar that came to our show, but they had like a collective 30 teeth. So
But my favorite part about that was we were leaving the following day. Like after they let us
my
crash,
least
we were
favorite
leaving
part.
the following day, and we saw a sign and it said like hot dogs like up ahead with like an arrow, and we were like, oh, that's cool. Like we could get food, like because we were in the middle of nowhere. Like we didn't know when we were gonna run into another gas station, and we follow it down. We see another sign says hot dog, and then we get to the final sign.
if you've
it
ever
says
watched
hot
Ghost
dog,
Adventures
it points
and have seen an
to a
abandoned
rusty
building,
shed.
It what?
It was
The
a sign
hot-
that said hot dogs, and it pointed into the field. And when you come up and you get past the tree, it's a rusty shed.
It was.
Was there
literally-
hot dogs there?
No,
No.
there was
No,
never
dude,
hot
There was
dogs.
That
no
was
fucking
like
hot dogs.
10 out of 10 like luring
Those
fat kids that
signs.
wanted hot dogs
Yeah.
into that shed.
That sign
It was the
was
sketchiest thing I've ever seen.
We lost 2 heart reacts.
We're
Yeah, I
gonna
think people
lose
are
them
going
now.
like this right now.
So
Yeah.
all right, so let's talk about a couple hours down the line where we're now in Springfield, Massachusetts,
And your car broke.
and my car broke down.
The red Ultima.
No, it was a Maxima, dude.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, cruising in style, baby.
Baby.
My car broke down in Springfield, Mass. Like 3 hours from where I live. You want to know what happened?
Cheers, Candyman.
Everyone else left. Everyone. So I'm on the side of the highway, like the Mass Pike, by myself in my broken car with like three persons music gear, like in my back seat. I ended up stranded in Springfield, Mass for 3 days.
Wait, what?
Yo,
Yeah.
so I didn't have AAA. My insurance had towing. It was like I think it was Geico.
Yeah, it
they
was
had
Geico.
towing, but they would
Name
only tow me to the closest Nissan dealership to fix my car, which was like 9 miles away in West Springfield. So they towed my car there. My alternator was bad. It took 3 days to fix my alternator, where like I just had like homies cash apping me to live in a hotel for 3 days. Like it was fucked.
Dude,
It
we
was
had to
bad.
put half the gear in Evan's car, half the gear in Chris's car when he was in the band, and it was just
The funniest part was a week after we left, we were going back to Rochester, New York to play with our boys in Aphasia, who just dropped a new album.
flames, by the way.
Yo, drop out to a favor right here.
3 days later, I'm leaving Springfield, and the joke was that I should just stay there and get scooped on the way to fucking Rochester, New York.
Would have worked out.
It would have,
Would've.
but like, shout out to like all my boys who paid to get my alternator replaced and put me in a hotel for 3 days.
I wasn't one of them.
There was probably no fuck
I
you.
would
Ken.
have.
There was probably some girls there too, but
Now,
For all the boys, thank you.
now I don't know. So the band, I know the lineup now. Obviously, it's you guys. You guys were the originals.
Evan and I, yeah.
Okay, and then
started
how did
it.
everything transition to have the lineup it is right now?
Oh jeez.
So like, 14 members later, you've got
I'm
the lineup
the
you have
easiest
now.
story.
Well,
they needed a
so-
fill-in drummer. I was there. Now I'm still here.
And the drummer
Jake
wasn't.
French.
And the drummer wasn't there.
The drummer moved to Arizona.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
so you guys
he
are-
wanted to move to Arizona and didn't want to do it anymore.
Okay.
So he's out there.
He's
I'm
doing
here.
good now.
And then when did you guys
Shout out to
join the band?
Lorenz.
So okay,
Doing
so
the fucking
I
thing.
mean, Evan and I started the band in 2014. There was like literally like at least 10 people. Like the lineup was crazy for a while.
Band?
Yeah,
Remember
not,
when
not at one
I used to
time.
see
So our-
posts where you guys
oh,
practiced in a
our-
dojo.
It was a 10-piece poster.
No,
Yeah.
Our first like lineup
You invited me one
was
time,
it was
but-
me, Jake, our friend Donald, Steve
Steve
James.
Demers. No, and fucking
Alex.
Brendan Reardon.
No, let's
Bro.
just avoid that altogether. You know, I have never met a drummer that shows up to practice with a snare,
A tom and a-
bass
and a
drum
crash
without
cymbal.
the kick and a crash cymbal.
And that's it.
So that's right. He was like, "Oh, I didn't need all that." Like, the practice, we were like, "What do you mean?"
No, bro, you
But
like,
so, and then our friend Alex Bergeron, and we played, and it's cool. Our very first practice spot was actually a
A
karate
dojo,
studio.
yeah.
Like a karate dojo, and we would go there, we would practice, and then we would get wasted, and we would fight each other with all the ninja weapons and stuff.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why aren't we doing this now?
Like,
Oh, that's
this
a
was
drink to
in,
that.
we got a
Yeah,
love,
what the
we got a
fuck?
love for karate weapons.
I
so
love you.
we used to practice there all the time, and then
That
we-
reminds me a little bit of Machete, who used to just get destroyed before each set and just fuck shit up and break like everything, like every single show.
Machete.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
remember
Dude,
Machete?
I do remember Machete. They were
Danny
so fucking
Trejo.
good.
No, no,
No!
Trejo's not
Yeah, we got him! We got him!
There's a band named Machete?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was.
Well, that's what I was
Fuck me.
confused. I was
There
like, I was
was.
like thinking of like, I was like, do I know a Dan? I know a Danny.
Oh, you know a Danny Trejo.
I know a Danny Trejo.
Everybody knows Danny
ladies
Trejo.
and gentlemen.
He's the
Yeah.
guy from
We got
Spy Kids. The fucking crazy badass uncle,
That's
bro.
the one
Like,
movie. We're gonna name.
He's not
He
the
was in
bassist.
no other movies after Spy
He's
Kids.
not the bassist from Metallica.
Yeah, so
I mean,
so,
he could be.
so basically, we had the original lineup. We
Wasn't
practiced-
he in COD Zombies?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
that was a
Probably
good.
gonna
That was a
fucking
good
kill him
zombies
off
match.
that. Oh, Evan, look how many.
You're
Dude,
you're
y'all
three
can
away.
sound- Y'all can say it, but I'm gonna bow out gracefully and not do it.
It's non-consensual.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I like.
There's 5 of us here that you are taking this hot sauce.
I feel like I
like
need
30.
to use my taser.
Let's move it to like 30.
Evan,
You got a taser?
Evan.
I got something a little bit stronger than that.
So,
Are we gonna
what
tase
would
him at
you be
25?
comfortable? a heart value. What would you be comfortable with?
Oh, well, there's
Sticks
20,
and stones
100.
may break my bones.
Straight
Oh,
up.
There's no way
100.
it's 100.
Try to
23.
fuck with the hollow point.
What? How about we go 50? You
I
go
don't
with
have
50?
any-
Kidding, I love you, baby.
I won't do it.
I'm gonna
You're a
sip
bitch.
the rest of the empty.
You're bitch made.
I accept.
Everyone here viewing, drink to Evan being bitch made.
I guess.
I'm looking at the camera, so I might as well be viewing. So
Oh shit!
Oh, dude, I don't even have a drink. I can't drink anymore.
I'd offer you mine, but then I have less.
I have to drive.
What the fuck?
So,
Yeah.
Why do you have
Just-
to drive?
we're getting off
I'm
topic.
a
Yeah, so we want to
So-
reel it back in.
real quick,
Please.
well,
about
we can't reel it back
your
in.
passenger?
I know we're closing in on the 1 hour
She
mark
doesn't
already.
Oh.
What I like to do in the 1 hour is just take a break, give you guys a quick promo shot with your music video.
Ooh,
But
alright.
if you guys want to spend the next couple minutes to introduce 217, is that's the way you say it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't even
So,
know why the song's
Why is it called
named that.
217 or
So-
It's just
anything?
the time of day.
Yeah,
The-
well,
happen
the
whenever.
name of the song,
Yeah,
like
Written
the
on February.
meaning of the song, like, and it's something my mother always used to say to me is like a self-defeating attitude, like. So, for a long time, I was very negative to myself, negative thoughts, produce negative outcomes,
Mhm.
and the whole song is about that and about like addiction and struggle.
I love the music
alcoholism.
video, like
So-
And
imagery
we
too.
chose we chose like 5 different vices. Now I didn't necessarily dabble in all 5 vices, or any of us for that matter. But those 5 vices are relatable to people. But
Yeah.
what we wrote about was like our struggle with whatever it was, and like for me it was alcohol.
Yeah, and the thing, like, it's 217, like, it's, for those that don't know, it's like like a time, like, 217. It was named that because, like, these feelings, these emotions, like, these thoughts, they don't.
It's just me.
They
you
just-
can
No, we're
drink
going
too.
with you, though.
These feelings and these thoughts, they just happen.
Yeah.
Right? And they don't happen, for a lot of people for a reason, and they can happen at any time. So we picked 217 because that's a completely random time of day, and it kind of like is a nod to those dealing with like depression and anxiety and like suicidal thoughts where there's no reason. They just happen. So it was a nod to that. It was a completely random time because who's to say that you're fine, and then 217 rolls around and you're feeling these ways.
Now, with question just on that note, the 217, like, are you guys familiar or believers of? I forget I don't know what it's called, but I'll give a synopsis. Maybe you guys can name it for me. When people see the same number over and over and it means something.
Oh, like the
over time.
numerology?
Yeah,
Yeah,
numerology.
yeah,
Is it
yeah.
numerology? So
Yeah.
do you-
23.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Because
that.
a lot of people like do like times where they see the same time over and over. I know, like after 9/11, people like that was something that kind of now all of a sudden that number meant something. And then there's other times that are important individually to people where you always feel you see 1133. I know for a
2, 3,
long
4.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's actually-
one
yeah.
time Pinkerton fucked with me for a while because
Fuck
I used to
Pinkerton.
see
Yeah.
like is it
Pinkerton.
1142, 1035,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
the times
Like the
periods,
wacko schedule,
you would
yeah.
always
Oh,
see
yeah.
like times stick out to you, and I didn't know if 217 was like one maybe in general if that song did that to you, or after you made the song you started seeing 217 more often when you were looking at your phones and stuff.
For me at least, definitely after the fact. We named it 217 like with that idea in mind that it was a completely absolute random time. It had zero significance before the fact.
Okay.
But at least for me, after the fact and even now, however, 217 every day, I somehow look at my phone and I recognize
And
that
you
time.
just-
yeah.
And I feel like once you focus on a number, you'll
obsess
pick up your
over it.
phone and you're
Yeah.
like, how the fuck is it? I get 217 again.
And even when it's not 217, say I look at my phone and it's 216,
Yeah.
I think to myself,
It's still within the time range.
oh shit, in 1 minute it's
It's gonna
217.
be-
So
Mine
Whoa,
for me is sorry.
hey, Joe.
You first. No,
No,
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna cut you off.
No.
No, go ahead.
Mine for me is 118, which is my parents were married on January 1st, the 18th, or January the 18th.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
So like a lot of times, like I'll just see that number and like my mom's favorite number is 18. So like 118, like that's, you know, like a lot of. Even today, like I looked at my bank account and it was not 118, but
It had 118 in it.
it had 118
Yeah.
in it, and I was just like, oh, like, you know, or I'll check the clock at work.
Check it
You know
weird.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like
fucking
I've been
weird.
pulling fucking. Things have been slowing down now, but we used pretty much in the middle of the summer, dude. It was like full 12-hour days, and I'd be like, oh my god, how long have I been here? And it'd be like in between 115 and 120, but more often than not, it was 117 or 118
yeah.
every single fucking time. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
I had one. I can't even remember what time it was, but there was one time that was like it kept popping up every single night. I'd be like getting ready for bed, and I'd see it and be like 10:13 or something like that. I'm like, how the fuck is it 10:13? Like
Getting ready
every
for
time.
bed at
No!
10:13?
Yeah.
Shut up, guys!
How
I was
old are
just
you?
trying to
Yo,
pick a
don't
time.
How old
Don't
are you?
worry.
Some of us work, okay?
Say
I go to
1:13.
fucking bed at
God
10
damn.
too. All right, it's okay.
10:02?
Do you
Yeah.
make the donuts at 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
No. He actually meant 10:13 a.m.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah.
You're
I'm a
hardcore.
vampire.
You're hardcore.
Getting
Sleep
it
until
down.
7 p.m. tonight.
This guy pulls all
25,
night.
Evan, let's go!
Holy damn.
Let's
you
get
gotta
it.
leave, right?
Yeah, are you about to get up and walk away?
No, but I'm not doing it. So.
All right, so we're
come
gonna
on.
Let's
take
do
a
the
break.
Yeah.
You guys, now we take the time. We're gonna watch
Fuck
your
it.
music video, smoke cigarettes, take a piss, whatever, and then when we
All at the
come
same
back,
time.
Evan picks. Yeah. When we Evan,
We're gonna hype
picks-
him up. He's gonna do it.
We're gonna play Smash.
I'll
and
do
then-
it with him if that's what it takes.
How about if Evan dies first in Smash, he has to do it because it's combo with 25.
Ooh.
How confident in your
he's
Smash
thinking
skills
about
are
it.
you?
He's thinking about it.
You can
He's gonna be pissed.
I
'cause we're
know.
all
I
gonna
suck
get
at
I
it.
know
I
that
don't
if
play video
I-
games.
Oh,
I
God,
suck
bro.
at
Well, no,
Smash.
because I'm gonna agree to that, and then everyone's only gonna attack me. Fuck that shit.
What if
I will proposition.
what if we
I will
promise
give
a neutral
$20
party?
to whoever does the shot in place of me.
What if
$20.
What if in Smash we promise a neutral party?
$20.
Make it 50.
Yeah, $50.
Yeah.
$50?
Yeah,
shot
send
of
it.
hot
Then
sauce.
you're doing that.
He just
No,
had
no,
a child.
It's
He
not,
can't
it's
spare
not a shot.
$50.
It's just like a little drip.
Yeah,
it's like a
just-
drop.
Oh,
Raindrop.
Got
you know
that
what?
drip
You're-
drip?
you're-
It's hardcore. I'm not.
Do you
Yeah,
have milk? Wait, do you have milk?
3 million Scoville.
Do you have milk
Fuck
upstairs?
that. I'm done.
The
A little
most
bit of
I've
milk.
ever
You could
done
do that.
is
milk-
900.
milk
I'll
will
do it just
save
for the
your
hell of
life.
it.
500,000 Scoville
I'm
units.
done.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
217.
Let's
break
go.
Yeah,
our
let's go.
cigarette.
Mistreated, mistrusted, empty.
Hey, nice to meet you.
disappointing.
Hey, take care. Have a good night.
Waiting for the sauce. What's that mean?
All right, so I have a
Evan, do it hot
sauce
sauce.
that's 500 times hotter than a jalapeno
Oh,
pepper.
that sauce. Okay.
And we're trying to make
That
Evan.
sounds like
It's-
I'm gonna shit lava later.
You probably
Yeah.
are.
You will. You will.
I haven't. That
Here,
hasn't happened
think
in
of it as
so
a
Character.
long.
cleanse.
I'll,
Dude, I really fucking suck at
Think
this
of
game.
it as a cleanse, and you'll be okay.
I don't play video games. The only video
Same.
game I play is World of Warcraft, and I haven't been able to play it in a long time.
have you played the vanilla?
Dude, you're
I'm
an
trying to
character.
get. I played vanilla
Yeah.
when it came out in
I have-
2004.
I have like 9 days playtime with vanilla.
Already?
Yeah. Are you level 60 already?
No, I have 2 level 40s.
All right, there you go.
Controller. There's so many fucking buttons on it.
And also 2 level 40 mounts.
I
by
know
the way.
PlayStation. That's
Like,
about it. This is different.
that gold
That's
grind.
about it.
The
Yeah.
old GameCube?
What
Yeah, I
is
know.
that?
It's the GameCube.
All right.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gross.
All right, let's go.
Yo, you
Oh,
fucking
drink.
bad.
We have
We'll,
to drink.
we'll catch them up. All right, let's do this.
Yo, who's Game &
All right.
Watch? Joe, who are you playing?
Mega Man.
Mega Man?
All right, let's do this.
Mega
He's
Man's my
not
fucking
slow.
boy.
Mega Man, bro.
Did you see
Oh,
that?
yo!
All
Alright.
I gotta figure out the
Oh,
controller.
I'm freaking puking from this stuff. Oh, what the heck? This controller is gross. Who's Kirby?
Me. I'm trying to figure out the controls.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I can't figure this out for. Oh, I have a hammer. Oh, yeah.
Fuck
Oh.
you, Kirby!
I just
Fucking
sucked-
broke bitch.
I just
Yo,
sucked
he's
someone
not
in.
even in any of his armors, and he's using stuff that he shouldn't be using. This is
Oh,
fucked
okay.
up.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, who
All right,
the
who's,
fuck is this
who's,
weird guy?
Who's everyone, by the way, just for the viewers?
Don't worry about it.
I'm Mega Man.
So I'm that boy shit. I think. What's that name?
Boy, shit. Yeah, it's,
It looks like shit. Yeah.
no, it's definitely what it is. I think that's my brother's name he plays. His is Lil Mayo? Oh, he just
How do I do
he's
that?
popped in his Lil Mayo? Oh, I have
I
grenades.
can't figure out the controls for the life of me.
Fuck me.
That. Oh, fuck!
Oh,
Oh, did I just get blocked off the map?
Is this live?
I didn't play the video
Yeah, it's
game
live.
in a long
It's
time.
definitely live.
The last video game
No,
I played
live.
was like
Oh,
Fallout.
live. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's live.
Nothing
Sorry.
like this.
Just time, just to like, so it's not a crazy long time.
Oh, it's not simulated, huh? Yeah, fuck you.
Yo, I haven't played this in so long.
Come at me,
And I've
bro.
never played with this like an actual GameCube controller, so I'm kind of fucking wildin' right now.
I just became somebody
Fuck
else.
you, Wigglytuff.
Sorry.
Yo, someone come catch this fucking smoke. Is it gonna be you?
Nope.
Fuck you, dick. Fuck. Oh god. Someone come get this fucking.
No, that's so
Oh.
embarrassing that my face was on the screen.
Is that me?
Ooh. Who just got defeated?
Oh my god.
Your
Fucking
mother.
Joe just got.
Joe
Joe,
got
I
popped.
just want you to know.
I told
that,
you guys I sucked at this game beforehand. So
There's
I just
also the
don't-
Who's
fact.
that boy?
Yo, I'm that boy, bro. Joe, I just
Fuck
want you
you,
to
man.
know, while you were smoking, we all decided to like just smoke you first.
Yeah,
I
don't
figured.
Know, I just don't know which character you are is the thing. I'm just trying to smoke everyone that's around me.
Fun
that's
fact, I was on the phone with someone who told me that
Yo,
you said it.
who just fucking roasted me? Damn, literally, I'm gonna die next, and all my street cred is just gone.
I'm gonna do
What are
it
you,
now.
DK?
No, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight DK just for it.
Fuck you,
Just
bro.
eliminate this street cred.
Bro,
Alright,
I
who's
need.
Kirby?
me.
Fuck off!
Yo, he fucking took my powers. He's got the Mega Man helmet on.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, you do.
Fuck you! I was just about to mash Kirby, and you fucking interrupted my shit.
Bye bye.
Oh. No, I'm coming back.
Kirby can float.
Dude, he's just like unbeatable. What's going on? That's me.
Fuck!
I'm kicking ass. Where am I? Oh, I died. I'm so dead.
Yo, we should play the original Kirby games on this.
I never played
What,
it.
Kirby's
Slap the
Dream World?
Fuck out of you guys.
What
on Kirby.
game are you talking about?
You never played the original Kirby games?
the one on
like-
N64 and stuff?
No, for like
Fuck!
NES.
Fuck! Oh, I'm back in, baby!
Is it multiplayer?
NES and Super NES. No, you just
Ah, I
See how
just killed
far I can
myself!
get.
Are we in?
Just see who gets further in campaign.
Yeah.
I still don't even know the
I'm still. I have no idea the controls on this remote.
controls. Yeah, I'm just touching things.
Nobody's using block.
Is it blocked?
I've been blocking the fuck out of shit.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm looking at asking.
No!
No way! Come get this smoke! Boom! Yes!
No,
That's
no.
2 in a row. Oh,
Get outta
he's got
here.
fucking wrecked.
I'm coming
That
back.
was 2 in a row, though. That was 2 in a row.
No, I'm coming back. I'm still here.
Damn.
I'm done.
Who's these nuts though?
Damn.
It's D's nuts low.
Host set us up. He's getting.
Is that like Winslow, but D's nuts?
It's like heavy.
Because he
low,
looks
low.
like Winslow.
Your mom looks like fucking Winslow.
Whoa.
Ooh. She's waiting for Evan to eat the hot sauce, so I wouldn't talk shit. She's watching.
She's watching right now.
Hey, Joe's mom, you look like Winslow.
Who's Winslow?
Oh.
She said hi.
Yeah, who's Winslow,
Who's
by the
Winslow?
way?
Who the fuck is that?
Winslow.
Joe, your mom's hot.
No! Let's go, boy!
Get fucking roasted!
Let's go!
Bro, you died before me. You got roasted.
Yeah, fucking get it. Don't give a fuck,
Winslow.
The
though.
roast is real.
The blue rat guy.
Oh god, dude, I came in
From,
second, bro.
Wait, 4th? I thought I was
We back,
third.
boys.
Fuck. We
Who the
back.
fuck?
I'm gonna switch back. I'm gonna
Doing
switch
your job.
back.
I messed it
We
up.
are back live. Well, we've been
Okay.
live the whole time. People
I'll give you
watch
that.
that. So if I'm
Oh shit! People just watched me get smoked.
yeah, people watch.
Yeah. Don't worry, they watched me got smoked first.
Yeah, well, we had like a secret like
feel
pact
free to
against
update the
you.
likes and
Don't
stuff.
worry, hold on. Let me tell my mom and put a cap in your ass for talking shit real quick.
Joey's got
Your mom's popping off right now.
Joey's got a gun.
Is it Lynn?
Hi,
Lynn,
Lynn.
yeah.
Shout out to Lynn. Oh no, you.
Hey,
did
shout out
not.
to Joe's mom, real MVP.
So
Don't
I guess.
worry.
So one of the things I wanted to do is I
I'll
wanted
put
to react to
a
the
cap.
other clip while we can.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
So what's this other clip again?
In his ass.
Drummers being smited.
Jake's
we gotta
not
drink
here
twice?
anymore, so
Oh,
he doesn't
you-
have
yeah.
to feel
They,
threatened.
Drink
they have
twice.
to drink twice. Okay, you guys drink twice.
This is
Alright,
2 drinks.
So we're gonna watch God smiting real quick. This is one of the clips I recently found out about, and it's one of my new favorite clips. So it's at church, and they have this cage. I don't know if you guys have like seen
Looks
a
like a
cage like
dunk
this.
tank.
That looks like a soundproof.
It's
so not
literally
too loud, yeah.
correct for the church. And then the cross comes down.
Yo! Yo!
And everyone's got earpieces on, so they're still kind of
Gross.
going for
Homie
like.
on the left though puts down his fucking stand-up bass.
Can we get an
Guy's
instant
still
replay
playing.
of that?
He's still playing.
We can rewatch it. We can rewatch
I
it.
want an instant replay.
Ready for this?
The guitarist on
Why
the
the fuck
right
is he behind a fucking
hates the
plexiglass?
drummer.
Just to
Keep
be
going.
quiet for the crowd.
Bro,
Look at
this
this.
kid gets crucified. Straight up.
And God
Boom.
said, "Smite me, yo mighty
God said
smiter."
you're out of fucking time.
Fuck yeah. Fuck you and your in-ears. You're off time.
Why aren't you playing to a click, motherfucker?
That guy stops and then he starts playing again.
Yo!
What are
yo,
you doing?
He
Well,
stopped
the
and he's
acoustic
like,
guitarist
Yo,
is just
he's
killing
doing
it.
what he's supposed
well,
to be doing.
he stopped and he's like, I actually fucking hate that guy, and then he starts playing again. Like,
Fuck yeah, and everybody's got to
he's
pay
like,
attention
I'm
to
not
me.
challenging
I'll go
God,
acoustic
bro.
on this.
This is God's will.
He
Damn.
gets hit in the head hard. It looks
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Right
I can
down.
imagine that.
In order
cross
to
is
gain
not
something,
light.
something of equal value must be lost.
I like though at the same time the stand-up basis is like, this shit was really expensive. Give me like 10 whole minutes to put this down.
He's like,
me
give
put
me a
this
second.
down.
Like, you good in there? Hold on.
So, I want to get it. The main reason why we guys have you on is because you guys, and I want to talk about it in detail. You guys can put your own input on it. So this is going to be your last show ever come November 30th at Jewel.
Yeah, ever.
So tell us about the beginning to end, or why it's ending, or if everyone wants to kind of punch in and tell their part of the story. I know people are in other bands and they're doing other music, and I'm sure you guys are still doing music as a whole. But why the end of Dismissed? And I just wanted to kind of just in general get into that.
So over the 5 years that we've been doing this, you know, we started off with a really solid lineup, like a really good group of friends. Like every week, we were all hanging out all the time. Practice, we would run our set for like an hour. We'd go upstairs. we'd all drink, watch YouTube, laugh, and just have fun. And like, it was just a really good time, and we loved it. And we were, writing our first EP, for better or worse. And towards halfway through the EP, one of the guitarists decided like he didn't want to do it anymore. He wanted to start a family
with his 40-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, and then he left the band.
He was
and
like
then
20, by the way.
we had people leave that just weren't about
Where
it.
did
And
you
for a
live?
long time, we
In a fucking
How should
trailer.
we handle
kept
it?
trying
Oh,
to
shit.
get the right people to keep the project going, because you can't have one person doing all of it. And like, it almost seemed that like throughout it, we never had 5 individuals who were all on the same page with the same end result that we wanted. I remember we had someone in the band, and when we started mentioning touring and like how much touring we wanted to do, they were like, after we had just spent months with them teaching them the songs, they were like, oh, well, I didn't know you guys were going to actually play shows. I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
So then there we are, 4 months invested into someone,
Spending another
spending
6
time,
months trying to
and
find a
then
new
find
person.
new people. And so we had gotten the lineup that we did when we did our comeback show, which was us
Sick.
4 plus Lorenz. And at that time, the band had felt the strongest it ever felt. Like, that show was incredible.
Yeah.
That place had at least 150 people in it,
Yeah.
and like all of our friends came out. Like, everybody came out.
We had
and
the Woo crew
we
on the
had
front.
just a really good night, and it was awesome, and it felt like that momentum was there. We were like, wow, this is the lineup. Like, this is what, like, we're all on the same page. And then fast forward a few months, we did a 2-week tour that went pretty well in some aspects, and in other aspects
The
not so
self-defeat
well.
tour.
The self-defeat tour.
Self-defeat tour.
And
yeah.
after that, everyone was kind of, like, after that tour, I kind of almost wish we didn't do it, because I feel like if we didn't do it, things might have been different for us. But after that tour,
What do you
things
mean?
kind of like, well, there's like a lot of specifics I won't get into on it, that like inner turmoil between us all.
Okay.
But it was a very stressful time doing the tour. It was very short notice. The person who booked it like did not fucking book it for a post-hardcore band. We did not play with a single post-hardcore band the entire tour.
Well, yeah, kind of a
Meaning
little.
what?
A little backtrack. So this tour was booked for another band from Michigan,
That was
Okay.
a post-hardcore band.
and what happened was this band from Michigan, kind of last minute, just dropped and said they weren't doing it.
They broke up.
So, is that what happened?
Yeah, they
broke
broke
up.
up.
So
entirely,
what
yeah.
happened was the guy that put together the tour, after this band broke up, reached out to us. For whatever reason, a promoter from Michigan reached out to us, which, I mean, it's honestly cool as shit. But they reached out to us and said, hey, I've got this tour. It's booked. It's planned. You've got your guarantees. Everything is done. We just need
Guarantees.
someone to show up and play these shows. And we're like, fuck yeah. We haven't gone on tour before. We want to go on tour. And all the stress of building and booking a tour is done. We just have to show up at these places. So that's kind of how we
unquote.
ended up on this tour. Obviously, nothing goes perfect. But that's kind of how we fell ass backwards into this tour. And hindsight, it probably wasn't the best move for us. But
It's a little rushed.
in the
hasty.
time, like
We
like
just wanted to get out there.
like-
Yeah, but you
play
guys made
shows.
memories though, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
So
whoa.
absolutely.
that
I wouldn't trade it for the world, but like
No,
on a
it was-
personal level, you
when
guys
we
loved
came
it.
home from that,
But on the band level,
it
it's
kind of pushed everyone away for a little bit, and we like
Yeah.
everyone's priorities changed, and then like we tried doing it again. We like we were going and recording a new song, and then like we had people leave again. Our drummer, he wanted to go to Arizona.
pass me your
Jake left for a
fancy
little
water?
bit to go to school, so it was me, Joe, and Ken, and
Perfect.
we had to figure
love
something out, and we got our old guitarist back to play bass when Jake left, and then Jake French filled in on drums for us, and we did that for about 6 months, and we played another show, and that was a great show too.
It went well.
But after that, again, nobody was ever on the same page. Nobody wanted the same thing. We spent, we did all that, and we kind of just came to the realization, like I said, everyone was like, we should just play one last show and be done with it, and like everyone stop investing time in it.
Yeah,
This is where
yeah.
clearly none of us are ever like. Three of us will be like, let's go, and the other two are like a little more reserved, and then one person lets go,
Yeah.
and everyone else is reserved.
Well, Yeah.
So we were like, let's just do one last show. We're not ever gonna do a reunion. No, like get back together. Like, oh, we're kidding. We're not breaking up. Like, just play one last time
Yeah.
the songs that we all
So
poured our hearts into.
it kind of came to like we didn't want to be one of those bands that played 20 comeback shows because everyone knows a local band that has played 20 friggin' comeback shows, and everyone in the scene is like they just need to call it quits, release what they've got, and just kind of end it with some pride. And we didn't want to be one of those bands that played all these comeback shows and had people thinking that about them. So we came to the conclusion that it was best to just play one last show and call it before we had people kind of talking shit and thinking this band just needs to call it kind of things.
Oh, they've been talking shit the whole time.
Yeah, but fuck them. Our EP
I know,
better
I'm
than their
just
full
kidding.
length.
I love all you haters. All you haters keep me going at the end of the night.
Because the thing that's funny is I reached a similar like just mentality because I do hip hop, and my last show was at Jewel as well back in March, and I had the exact same mentality, even though it wasn't like with bandmates like being like either half in it or all in it or whatever. I just felt I wasn't in it anymore, and the scene wasn't in it anymore.
Yeah.
Like because I always look back. Oh, here. I always
Hell
look
yeah,
back
coming in clutch.
maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. There was a scene that was a little bit more driven. And I feel recently the scenes died off a little bit, where like
Definitely,
I felt like
definitely.
I remember a time at like Rocco's or even post Rocco's where bands would grind to have the best show ever and get as many people there as possible, just to have that perfect show. You know what I mean? Like they tell all that, especially when you're in high school, because it's much easier, especially for the ones of us that went to Pinkerton. So there was a lot of people to just promote, and like so everyone grinded. But like now there's like a new.
Except to get out there and fucking
people are
talk
less
to people
social,
who you
like,
have no idea who they are.
Like people aren't in the same mentality. Like I remember you'd look at your weekend ahead of you, like a Friday, Saturday, and you'd be excited to go to a show. Like that was your weekend. You were stoked to go to it. You were stoked to see this band, that band, support a local band, or a local band supports you, and you'd be so stoked for it.
Well,
and now it's kind of shifted
you know,
a
it's
little
really
bit.
about that.
Here's what's happened with that is in New Hampshire, I feel like we have, I wouldn't say strong, but I wouldn't say weak. I just say we have a medium kind of local scene. But the big killer and the reason that people aren't as hype like that as they used to be for shows is Monday through Sunday, there's a local show going on.
Yeah.
And who the fuck is
Not
gonna?
anymore, but yes.
But
you're right.
who's gonna get excited
anymore,
about seeing a band on Saturday when they know like next Tuesday that band's gonna be
It's
playing
another show.
Exactly.
Well,
So
I think it's also that
It's mostly about the bands who overbook themselves.
well, it's not only
it's every
overbooked.
band.
I think there's been
A lot of bands do it.
back in the day, the bands that were doing shows were doing shows because they were invested in it. Now it's so much easier to become a band.
absolutely.
I guess, with,
You know,
like,
it is
social media.
nowadays.
Just go to
You
a
know, 'cause
studio and
I-
everything could be MIDI
Yeah.
besides your guitar and vocals.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
because
like,
I come from the time when like Rocco's was like thriving and stuff.
Yeah.
When Dave
Shot
Thirsty
heard
was
around the
running the
world
time. and
everywhere.
I
everything.
want to talk to you about I'm Thirsty too, and
We'll
if
talk,
you
we'll
want
talk
to.
about that later on.
Okay.
Maybe off camera.
Off
but,
camera's
hey,
fine. Yeah.
But I came from that era. You
Yeah.
know, it's like I started playing live shows with my old band in 2009.
the Derry Opera House.
Actually, yeah, it was like one of the first
Yeah, we were
venues I
talking
ever
about Sad
played.
Cafe,
Chapter
Rocco's.
50.
I played all those places.
Ballast.
I'm a little bit older than all these guys.
26 plus.
chill, Grandpa.
Wait, how old are you?
I
26 plus.
He's
We're-
Grandpa.
He doesn't
So
want to divulge.
I'll tell people my birthday was actually yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Um,
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.
31.
I don't know if you've seen these guys since your birthday, but we'll do cheers for your birthday.
all right, so straight up, I turned 32 yesterday.
Oh shit!
I'm about to turn 30, so
There we go. The thing is, I can't grow any of that.
Oh shit!
So,
So you just
Don't
live
worry.
with
I
the
come
younger
from
number.
a background where the males don't really grow a lot of facial hair.
I'll grow it
But
for you.
so I say 27. But
So
hey,
27's
we'll go with
fine.
that. The thing is, I come from that that area where it's like it was like Rocco's and everything. Where the thing nowadays is that the internet is making it like
Saturated.
the internet is the biggest tool for every band in the world right now. I mean, like, a huge thing is that it's like, even like my recent project, we're all very content based, rather than, playing shows all the time. I mean, my band, when I was playing in Rocco's, we were just trying to tour as much as we could.
Yeah.
We were trying just to kind of be everywhere that we could. We wanted to be in every
And
other
that's how
state,
you
no matter
spread
what.
back then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The thing about it was that, it's kind of like you're putting in more money than you're even making. You're putting out more than you have incoming. So,
It's like tour for us.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like, merch sales are one thing, but when it comes down to it, sometimes the guarantees, like, they fall through even.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
You guys remember when Kevin
It's
yelled at
always
the
a
promoter?
gamble,
in,
no matter what.
Fucking dude,
You know?
Kevin is not someone I want to yell at me for money.
Ohio.
Like,
Who's Kevin? Oh, Kevin.
our
Kevin.
TM.
The tour
We're not
manager.
going to talk about Kevin.
Kevin. Shout
Hey,
out
yo,
to Kevin for
shout-
being a
shout out
fucking
to Kevin
badass.
for being a fucking boy.
I
Love
know
you,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Thank you,
Kevin's
Kevin.
a fucking badass. They were like,
Kevin.
we're not gonna pay you.
If you ever
And all of a
watch
sudden, at the
this,
end of the night, they're like,
you brought a
"Here's
knife, I
200
brought a
bucks,"
ruler.
like,
You stupid.
you brought a knife, I brought a ruler.
I really do this.
I really do
The
this.
thing is, though, it's like, everything is all about, like, content based recently. And
Oh yeah.
the way that, like, Facebook algorithms or, like, even Instagram, things like that have gone, it's just kind of like, you gotta pay for outreach nowadays.
Yeah.
Back in, like, back in 2010 when I was, doing, like, national tours in, like, the country and everything
Yeah.
for that one specific band, it's just kind of like, the biggest thing at that point was just, like, touring, but nobody thought about it. It's just kind of like, everything's content based nowadays. It's just kind of, you want to show
Are you
people.
talking about Shot Heard Around the World?
Yeah, because back.
Did you
And
do
even
the all right,
Affleck,
question for you.
too.
Did you do the show at the Dairy Upper Room opening for Caster?
Yeah, they did.
We did.
You were
Yeah,
part of the
I
lineup
was
at that
there,
point?
yeah.
Okay, that's
I
funny.
was there.
I did
I
that
was
show
there.
too.
I was a young boy.
That's when that's when
I
that
was a
dude,
young pup,
that's when
but
the
I
dude
remember.
Yeah,
Jing,
yeah.
Jing was fronting for them.
For Caster, yeah.
never
I-
seen that.
I know a good amount of those guys.
I
pretty
watched.
well, actually.
I grew up with them. I know all their old bands. I know like Seth. I know Matt Drago. I know
Matt Fago. That's what he's. That's what
Matt
he's
Fago.
He filled in for me on bass for one
Does he have an
tour
ICP
in like
tattoo?
2011. He does not.
Damn.
Yeah, no, he's like the coolest dude ever though. He's like so friendly.
yeah. I know Tim
he
Ford
is.
too, and
No, all the guys from Sleep Spirit and Castor are all
They
super
work with
friendly.
Revelry
It's like-
Studios now
such
a
good
lot.
Yeah. No, I've known him. I've known him since middle school, so I've always known him. And I remember that show, and I was telling them the story where Derek. So when you have like you break down your drums and stuff like that, he was playing with Castor's drum set, like in his mid
my
solo.
old drummer, Derek?
Yeah,
Derek Votrino?
Derek. Yeah.
Derek called you out, bitch.
Derek was
I
doing
can't.
a drum.
Wait, no, I'm in New Hampshire. I can say bitch still.
Yeah, you can.
I don't want to talk about that.
It's okay. In
Fuck yeah.
Massachusetts, you just say cunt.
Drink for Derek.
I'll say biatch. I have a Massachusetts license. I'll say biatch.
It sounds like you're not even from here, so you can say whatever you want.
We're not gonna talk about that. Anyway,
It's so
Oh.
Yeah, because I met Derek that night because he was a drummer for Alyssa.
Alyssa Murray.
Yeah,
the rap
the
act.
rapper over in Mass, right?
Yes.
So I remember he was on tour with her, and then I remember talking to him briefly about it. And then, like I said, I remember him playing on his drum kit and Seth Rand's drum kit at the same time. Like he was like kind of swiveling around and hitting like both drum kits at the same
Derek
time.
is an
He's
incredible drummer. He is
Insane.
incredible. He lives in California now.
Now,
actually.
yeah. I just saw him with
it's-
my buddy Nick Hampshire. He's out. He's a model. He went to Pinkerton and everything, and he moved out there recently. And I saw them in a Instagram story together. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's crazy that you guys know each other.
No,
but
Derek is
small
just
world.
like he's straight up like he's a businessman.
He's
is
good
so
shit,
good
yeah.
at what he does.
Yo, he really
he's
is.
Very, very talented dude. Yeah, but it's like literally nowadays everything is content based.
Yeah.
So I feel like bands don't really push themselves as hard to get like local shows and stuff.
It's a lot easier to pay for your
promote
promotion.
that.
Well, it's much easier to go viral than to get big off of local shows because the local shows,
absolutely.
the audience in the local shows is the same 20, 30 people like
Yeah, absolutely.
that migrate
You
with the
have to
band and
really
stuff.
keep their attention.
You have to really and then grind.
Well, everybody's
to
attention
be like,
span
oh,
nowadays.
we're playing a new
You know,
song
we're-
this week and a new song this week.
But the
and
thing
a new
is,
song
the thing
this
is,
week.
where do you see all this? It's the internet. You're looking at your screen the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, it pushes people less to get people out to their shows. They just kind of want to show it to as many people as they can.
It's
They
much,
wanna go to the big
it's much
shows.
Via the internet,
easier
yeah.
to post it everywhere and post it on Reddit and post it on YouTube and post it on Facebook and post it everywhere.
Go to
That's much
TuneCore,
that's
DistroKid,
so
mean,
much
like,
get on all the
easier.
major
I
platforms
grew up in a
for like
small town, honestly, where
$20
people
bucks.
actually were posting their flyers on
On-
like, you know,
yeah,
on the phone
stapling
poles.
and
That was
phone
the
poles,
thing,
yeah.
you know? They were playing in the basement of town hall of my town and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, these were bands like, you know, people I went to school with and everything. And you know, it's like that's when the effort was really put in, you know.
Yeah.
And there are still people from that era who are still playing music that I see nowadays, you know.
Yeah.
Even in the same area that, you know, we play and everything like that. But that's when the effort was really there, you know. But nowadays, it's literally the internet has taken over everything, and you just really gotta pay attention to what's online and what's in front of you. And the thing is, it doesn't really push bands to kind of do that.
And I know at least I don't know if you guys see it with like bands because there's a little bit more of an orchestrated effort with getting a whole band to do record and do a
It's hard
song.
to get 5 people in the same room.
But I know with hip hop it's super oversaturated because it's so easy to record. You download a beat on YouTube, you put lyrics to it, and you record it.
You can
You
buy
record
it
it.
Well,
in your computer.
it's
Yeah,
So-
you buy the
yeah.
beats
Yeah.
and everything.
But then you guys,
It's-
it's like a
it's-
5-person thing. Do you feel the market is oversaturated
Oh,
with it because
absolutely.
of the internet?
we have
Even
to
though
go, we have to write, we have to collaborate.
no,
we
but I
have
mean,
to
like,
No,
do you think there's a
agree.
lot more people?
You're on
There's
it,
a lot
though.
more bands.
It's the exact same thing, and maybe it's just New Hampshire. I don't know, but it is not hard to play a show.
No, it's
I
not.
could start a band tomorrow and have a show booked next week. So
Absolutely.
with that, there are, I mean, I could probably, off the top of my head right now, list 50 local bands.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, there's a whole each band has a group of people they need to commit, but that honestly doesn't matter because there are so many local bands, and there's like, I'm sorry, but like there's maybe 10 of them that are good.
You need to
And
really
so-
convince
so
the audience.
The
to
market
commit.
is so
Now, why do you-
oversaturated.
Now, to depict ones that are good, and this can go to all of you, versus ones that are bad. How do you know that? Is that from local shows or is that from their content that they post?
Mostly
Both.
nowadays, just the
like
quality
a
of
half
their
and half.
content.
Yeah,
It's,
you know what I
well,
mean? Like,
I would say it's the content because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't go to local shows unless I'm like homies with one of the locals,
Yeah.
or on the really honestly rare account that I'm a genuine fan of the local band, because there's a small handful of local bands that I'm actually interested in, and not because I'm friends with them. And I feel like most people are the same way. So
Have you ever?
Absolutely.
Have you? I know, like, because right now I'm comparing oranges to apples. So like, let me know if it's something that happens in your scene or it doesn't. Is there ever times where you guys have done it or you've seen other people come just to scout out competition? Like
Absolutely.
Just yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Especially the southern New England scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MVC.
I'm not gonna name any names, but yeah.
But they pop in just to kind of see what's going on and then just kind of.
Well, I'm sure it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, even like competing like stores and companies and stuff will do the same
Yeah.
thing. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
you can
Unfortunately,
know
with
what
any
you're
scene,
Because I know it's easy on
Non-music
Instagram.
related.
You know what I mean? It's easy to look at a band
Yeah.
and say that. But I didn't know if like even before social media was such a prominent thing in promotion, if bands would go to shows just to see the outcome of a show. You know, like as much like and I don't know if you guys have
Do you
seen it
mean to
or
see
done it.
absolutely.
you can
Working at the
choreography
bungalow
almost?
for as long as I did,
How many
literally
people they
watched it.
brought, how good they are live,
I've never
why
gone
are
to
they
a show
why
for
are they
that,
that
but, like,
popular?
I had people come up to the door who had no reason to ask what the numbers were, and
Well, that's
ask
what I mean,
what
yeah.
the numbers were.
So
when
you
I
probably know
was
it the
working
most,
the door,
Yeah,
yeah.
you probably know it
Yeah.
the most being working at the door.
All right. So there's it's like I'm not calling anybody
No,
out.
no,
I'm not gonna name names,
do it, pussy.
but there
Don't do it.
You don't have to.
Don't do it, man.
Listen, guys, if you know this is you, I'm sorry.
If you think it's about you, it's about you.
It's probably about you.
So
But I've literally, like,
Drink to that.
when I
fights
first
happen.
started for NH booking, I sat at the door for free for a whole fucking year. Like, literally. I wanted to do it. I did not ask for money. I never asked for a fucking paycheck. None of that shit. Secrets don't make friends. And
But why?
secrets,
But why
bitch.
not?
We're talking about
Yeah.
ears.
ears.
Why not
Awesome.
though?
Evan's
Yeah.
over here.
Why didn't you
like,
ask for
fuck
money?
This whole podcast.
Because that's what I wanted to do. All right. Later, there was NHB Fest at the fucking Upper Village Hall in Derry.
Yep.
And I walked my ass there.
Fucking Shoelace Express.
Yeah, my shoes are real good on gas, homie.
Free of charge. Let me take you anywhere you need to go.
But yeah, I walked my ass there. Like Lions played when In Sales was playing and shit like that. And I was like,
Lions.
dude,
And you guys opened for Lions too,
Our
right?
our very first
That's
show.
dope.
Our very
Ever,
first
yeah.
show. Oh, well, okay.
It was
so
bad.
It was our first and a half
On me,
show.
it was bad.
So
I
like
did the bad thing.
So like a week before the Lions show, we played. We were like a secret set, which by the way, secret set hasn't been a thing since like 2007. So like, stop fucking doing it. But so like a week before Lions, we played as a secret set, and that was basically our audition for NHB to play on.
No, we played the secret set with Inari.
Yeah.
And then we played the actual show with Lions.
It was basically our audition for NHB to play what was at the time a pretty big show because it was a Lions show, and we did well enough.
We did well on that show.
So like a week later we played. We opened Lions as our first show, and despite like a fucking 45-minute sound check before the show started, we sounded like trash.
All right, I'm gonna be real here. I'm gonna take responsibility and tell you, it's my fault because guess what? Drop B, the C sharp and the G sharp, I tuned to regular C and regular G, and then for the next
I wasn't
two
gonna bring
shows,
it up, but
nope, for the next two shows,
he didn't know how to tune
we
his
had to
guitar
write it down on my fucking cab.
because he didn't know how to
That
fucking
was
tune
C
a drop
sharp.
beat.
All right.
My bad.
All right. I'm gonna say
My
right
bad.
now,
I'm
the
glad I wasn't
venue,
there.
the
That
venues,
was really bad.
I would have been mad at you.
the sound at
I
the
was
venue
mad at
sucks
myself.
regardless.
The bungalow sounded shit. At
No, but
first.
I'm talking about Derry. The
Oh,
Derry
the Upper
venues.
Village
yeah.
Hall.
Okay, yeah.
The
sound
room
is trash.
Yeah,
So
that thing's
tall.
so
It's
big.
ceiling.
The
Yeah.
acoustic,
The ceiling.
Acoustics
it was
is
just
so bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
But when I showed up to that show after coming back from Warped Tour and like working for them or volunteering, but still getting, I had a wristband that said "Property of Vans Warped Tour, all access."
That's
You know
so-
what I mean? I
yeah.
could go anywhere I want, dude, for 2-3 years in a row. Like I just, could do whatever the fuck I wanted
Weird
at Warped
flex,
Tour.
but okay.
But it was nice. But it was also like, inner you is like, don't fanboy. Don't fucking, like, don't even go up
Dude,
to that band and be
that's-
like, I fucking love you guys.
I feel that though, dude. I
You know what I
basically,
mean? Like-
dude, the show where we were supposed to open for Arsonist, but Alex didn't fucking
Yeah.
show up.
God damn it, Alex.
I told the guitarist like 19 times because I was shit-faced about how much their band meant to me. So when I was 18 years old, I joined the Army. And I put off my ship date to basic training to see Arsonist Get All the Girls play at Rocco's, right? And so like a fucking decade later, Dismiss supposed to play,
With
supposed to
Arsonist Get All the
open
Girls.
for Arsonist Get All the Girls. I literally like begged to play that show, right? And we got put on it. And our drummer never showed up. And
was like,
I
"Sorry,
have
guys."
never fangirled worse in my life. I swear to God, I told the band like 19 times about my story of putting off my ship date to basic to go see them play.
There's extra
And
here.
I, the next day, have never felt like a bigger fucking sap. And like I've never been more embarrassed for how much I just like gassed this band up because of how hype I was to play for their show. which I didn't even end up playing because our fucking drummer just didn't show up.
Didn't do it.
He just didn't show up.
I mean,
was
more
this?
power to him. Alex.
Oh,
Okay, I don't know.
I wasn't gonna.
I'm not gonna say last names, but it's Alex.
It was.
I don't know, but I heard.
But I
it-
mean,
I
dude,
heard
the
about
guy
it.
makes like fucking 6 figures a
Yeah,
year
he-
now, and
he-
he's
he
like
has a real
fucking
job.
25 or something.
So-
You know, like
You know what's crazy about
he
Warp
invested his time correctly.
Warp Tour is funny to me just because I go back and think about Warp Tour when I was kind of aware of it, because obviously it died off. It came back for that last one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the official. It,
It
might
was
be another
huge
one of those
for-
things where it's like
for the
a
last
million
3
comeback
years.
shows.
I think it's probably
And
done at this point.
and I remember when Katy Perry was crowd surfing for 303 and stuff, like
No.
like that part back.
Dude, that was a while
like
ago.
that was like I Kissed a Girl like right before
That was
that,
like
when like 303 was
2011.
Yeah, I
big.
Kissed a
Yeah,
Girl once
10.
too.
yeah, it's crazy.
Really cool.
But
Like-
one thing I want to kind of get you guys input on is, I know one thing I've been kind of nostalgic recently to is Punk Goes Pop, which was kind of like the era. How do you guys feel about like the newer generation, or maybe not new generation because it's been ongoing since Punk Goes Pop has started? Is
Our last night.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
was just gonna mention fucking our last
Name
night.
drop. Stop it.
But I mean like bands in
Well, they're
general
fucking
using
tight.
covers.
They did it.
You're gonna
They
get us
made
in
it.
trouble.
So I prevail
They're from
Like,
Wyndham, New
because-
Hampshire.
You're gonna get us in
because-
trouble.
because as your biggest Taylor Swift fan, I have strong feelings about I prevail.
He loves Taylor Swift.
Yeah, he's
No
a big
way.
Taylor Swift
Yo.
fan.
Straight up.
Gamer tag and Steam tag slave number 4 T Swift. Add me. I'll play Apex with you.
He loves Taylor Swift.
But how do you guys feel
You know
about
what?
Play
bands?
this song
Your
right
wife
now, you'd
looks
get
a
a
little
boner.
bit like Taylor Swift now that I
She-
think about it.
Give me a fucking
Just
break.
play-
In the face, I can see it.
Well, I mean, she's hot. So.
I used to live with Jake's wife before I knew Jake, actually.
Yeah,
We were roommates, and then Jake moved in and
and then I married his roommate.
left my fucking sink full of fucking dishes all the time.
True.
Messy boys.
You're not wrong.
And now he's my best friend.
How do you guys? But how do you guys feel about like bands doing covers? Are you guys? Do you guys respect
As
that?
long as
Not
it
respect
sounds
that?
good.
Or
Well, so like
It has to
fun.
be like
Yeah.
the right, appropriate time to release the
Yes.
cover. Like you, someone can't release a song, and then a week later someone covers it, and then that blows up because you're literally just
yeah.
piggybacking off of
Here's the thing.
someone.
Like, I enjoy. So when I look at it, I enjoy local bands doing covers. Like if I'm at a show and I don't know the local band, I think, and this is just me personally, I think a cover is a good way to introduce me to their sound
I got you.
and get me excited about what they're gonna play.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any of their songs, but they play a cover, and I'm like, okay, I could fuck with this, and now I'm interested in the rest of their set.
so not like, and I don't want to negate anything you said. Now with that being said, do you feel that the trade-off on unoriginality and exposure with doing the cover is a good trade-off? So like taking a song, covering it, putting your own twist on it, and not writing an original song is a good trade-off for the exposure. I don't know, like
so
I don't know.
The problem I have is when, and I'm not gonna name any names, but as
Last
a
night.
very strong Taylor Swift fan, there was a band that got incredibly famous over a blank space cover. And
I prevail.
I really enjoyed the cover,
who it is.
but what I hated is that they blew up because of that cover, but they couldn't, to me, they didn't back it up. I
Bless
think
you.
I think I think their
Gesundheit.
sound is just bad. But I think they got very famous over their cover, and a lot of people will kind of, no pun intended, dismiss the fact that they're not the best
I'm so
band.
pissed.
The fact
I'm
that
so pissed.
the fact that they're not the best band because they got into them
Yep.
because of a cover. So I have no hard feelings over a band that goes viral and gets famous over a cover, but back your shit out.
Meaning like they have to be good without
Exactly.
covers.
They got there are
You should
bands.
essentially like be on par with your cover,
Exactly.
or if not
Now, do you
better.
get? So okay, yeah. So bands that
Because I
I
wouldn't
don't-
chalk it up to them being unoriginal. I would, because like there were a ton of songs I would have loved to cover, but like none of us could agree on it. And like
Well,
it is
yeah.
smart on a
Like 20
standpoint,
different
especially in
ones.
today's day and age with the internet being the thing it is.
Yeah.
Like I Prevail might have not ever been who they are
They wouldn't
if
be.
they didn't
Like,
do that cover
10 out of 10.
and get that exposure
Yeah.
from that. And like that's a good thing for bands. But with that, that whole thing just kind of like with like how everything goes, it was a trend. So like every band started going like, oh man, you know, what can we cover? What's the next song?
Well, they see someone
And
getting
so then-
getting big
so
numbers
then-
off of
And
something.
they're like,
and
oh
then-
fuck, we
So
can
then
do this.
people
Yeah.
but
wait for the next
Punko's
song.
Pop has been doing it forever. Punko's Crunk.
I
Like,
like
Rainbow
no,
Hair.
no,
Those albums
here's,
better.
great.
here's the difference. Here's the difference. I Prevail released their Blank Space cover, and they were nobodies. Have you ever seen Punko's Pop release a cover by a band that wasn't already established?
That's true. That's true.
That's the big difference.
Yeah.
I Prevail
And it
released
was
their
the
Blank Space
opposite.
cover, and they got famous off that
Yeah.
cover, and their success, to me, is 100% indicative because of that cover. They wouldn't have been successful had that cover not gone viral. At least not,
Absolutely.
you know,
Not as
then.
quick.
Maybe 10 years
I'll
later.
say that.
Because let's
But-
look at the numbers of Pop Goes Punk and Punk Goes
But
Pop.
but Pop Goes Punk has
Way
never
more.
released a cover from a band that wasn't already established because who
Exactly.
the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Pop released covers of bands that were nobody and kind of gave those bands that a little bit of leeway back in the day, like 2009-ish. Like,
And
Honestly,
so
though,
I have
they-
no
Pop Goes
problem
Punk,
with
like-
covers.
Honestly, they've really
but
done
back
well
it
for
up.
themselves. So when you think about it, you know, just kind of, you know.
And I don't
sure
blame
that it
I
would've
Prevail.
happened.
Yeah,
Like
honestly,
good
I-
for them.
I think it
Yeah.
would have happened regardless. It's just that having
The
put
cover
that
was a good
cover out at the
catalyst.
time
Yeah.
they
Exactly.
did,
Perfect.
Exactly.
well, they
was-
grasped the
it was
right.
the perfect marketing
Yeah.
thing,
And
They
Perfect
seized the
timing,
right
perfect
time.
timing.
That's
for
what
the
I'm-
market.
that's
what
what I'm
helped
saying.
put that driving force under them, so they didn't have to do a lot of that legwork that bands have to do today.
Still,
Which
all
is-
the-
Yeah, but is
all
that
the
a
power
bad
to
thing,
them.
though?
No,
well,
absolutely
it's
not.
it's not.
It is.
like-
Because
but it's also-
what I like to do is compare my
Well,
scene to
because-
you guys' scene. So you take rappers like 6ix9ine who like tattoos his face and
fucking
gets rainbow
Treyway.
hair, but
Shit.
got much bigger because of rainbow hair and face tattoos
Yeah.
than he
It
would have
makes you
naturally.
stick out more.
But then the cover's
Well,
the
it's
same thing. You're
having a gimmick,
capitalizing
having-
on.
Somebody else's.
Well,
Exactly.
and that's the thing.
you
Is
know,
it's
like,
good for them.
A lot of people
Yeah.
just get meaningless face tattoos and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, Joe.
oh,
Yeah.
hold on. Let's see. My daughter's birthday. Sorry, I'm looking at the camera. So
How about the flower on this fucking side of your face?
I was there for that. It was cool.
perpendicular to my daughter's
You
birthday.
guys are tatted up for
because
real.
she's my fucking
Like,
flower.
you got, wait, are you tatted up
Fuck
too?
you, motherfucker.
Not my arms. I got a whole bunch of my chest and my torso, but
And then
Evan's pretty tatted.
are you guys fully sleeved? So you're fully sleeved,
My
and
chest
I've
is
fully
done.
done.
got this
Yeah.
one, but
you
I'm
got
not-
one sleeve,
yeah.
and
Goes
then
up.
are you doing
I
this
have
one?
some. Yeah, I have some on here.
And then do you have any in?
Oh,
Your
my
torso?
chest is real bad.
Tattoos are fun. They're
Yeah.
cool.
And then you
I've
are.
got
Say it
knuckles,
right now.
hands, 2 sleeves,
I don't
and
know.
then I have
No, it's probably
my
better that I
left
don't.
shin,
Yeah, your
and I
legs
have
are
a
cool.
really,
That's
really
all
You
right.
can
bad.
do whatever you want.
I have a really
Bad.
bad Mighty Ducks tattoo.
I got my chest
yeah.
tattoo.
I-
So here's the
16.
thing. He had the Mighty Ducks tattoo. My dog at the time
That
was
got
like
wicked
was a
infected
puppy
from his
named
dog.
Maiden after Iron Maiden. My puppy licked his
God.
fresh like 2-day
All right,
tattoo,
well, so
and it got
some-
infected as fuck.
Some caveat to that story.
sinking.
Like I went and I got that tattoo, and then we did that like Harry Potter challenge where you
Never
you
heard
like
of it.
you like watch all the Harry Potter movies in succession.
Yeah.
While drinking.
We got to like
So
we
we
got to
gotta
like
go pee.
5.
We got
I could've popped
we got
out.
up there in movies, and we had drank a lot, and like I didn't register. The dog just came over and like came to my leg, and I like brushed the dog away. Like it didn't even register because we had drank so much. And then like I went to sleep and like didn't even think to clean it. Woke up the next day, and it was like red, and I was like, oh, that's not normal. So I like cleaned it
got
better.
so
Then the
bad.
next day it got really bad, and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna.
And-
Joe, what are you doing?
You're
gonna,
probably going
Yo,
the other way.
yo,
Go the
and
other
then-
way.
And then the
are you
next
doing?
day, we went to New York City to see
hold on,
Metallica.
it's the-
Like,
so I had went to get my Joe, you're gonna fuck all this shit
He's
up.
gonna go the other way.
Jesus Christ.
it's that. This is just Joe. This is Joe's life. He fucks
just
it up.
what?
That's
Just
his
stay
thing.
over there.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but there's gonna be one cable stuck on his knee. Can
Watch
you just
this.
grab it?
Hey Evan, I gotta go to the bathroom. Can you stand up for a second?
We're just
Alright,
gonna be
so-
half.
You see how easy that
So
was?
everyone's
And I'm
leaving.
gonna
So
beat Joe to the bathroom.
Okay. So
Okay.
I think we're close. I think it's starting to get rambunctious in here. I think it's close to wrapping up. So while we have the core crew, okay, tell them one thing that people should know about Dismissed.
I guess one thing is we've just always been very honest in the words behind our music and what it was all about. And that's what the last show is all about, is about what we wrote about and what was important to us. And we would really appreciate it if you all came out and listened to us and heard what we had to say. All of our merch is for free, but we are accepting donations. Come out and grab something. We literally have hundreds of merch items, like, ready to go, all sizes. But
Please tell me you got something here. Am I allowed to steal something?
in my car.
Okay.
I have 2 merch totes.
I might come see you.
But yeah, come hang out with us. We're playing with a bunch of really good friends. Hotel Graffiti, Aphasia, True Shot, After Image, and Sun Cult. It's gonna be a really fun time.
Yeah, real talk. Hotel Graffiti, like obviously.
Oh, feel free to steal the mic from them. You guys can tilt the mic.
Hotel Graffiti's our boys. They are the band y'all have been begging for. They're the 2019 metalcore you want. They're the fucking 2010 like crabcore that you want. Hotel Graffiti, if anything, fucking go listen to them.
He doesn't need to. What are you doing? That's for you.
Is this an ASMR video now?
You can make it. All right, real quick. Okay, so let's cap it off with something cool. Okay. So one thing I want, God, wait till we're off stage to wrap up. She's just stressed about cans on the table. All right, so one thing I've always heard, okay, is that there was after the whole post-hardcore scene started, there was a lot of people crying about their vocal cords being like completely ripped apart because they're using their throat
baloney out there
instead of their diaphragm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rip Avenged Sevenfold.
Now, one,
still
have
going.
you guys heard, like, okay, so that's not like a myth, like there's bands
You
actively.
can tear your vocal cords.
Avenged Sevenfold released
Ollie
Link of the
Sykes
Fallen,
said
right?
And
that
they have.
like 3 or 4 times he's torn his vocal cords.
Yeah.
Give a reason why they should go to see the show, and that's how we'll tap out.
Because
Because
Evan's
you'll-
going shirtless.
No, but you'll hear me scream at the show.
Here's the thing. Dismissed has, at its core, like it is strived to be the voice for those who suffer from depression, anxiety, any sort of mental illness. And honestly, I would say that every single one of us currently struggle with something in the mental health department. And so my reason to come to this show is that if you've ever needed to be surrounded by a crowd of support for something in that area, whether you deal every day with depression, anxiety, panic disorders, anything, this is the night for you. You will be surrounded with people who have come to our music to deal with these issues, and that has been our goal from day one.
Just go to the fucking show. Just go to the fucking show.
All right, please come to the show.
Go to the fucking
Also,
show.
if you don't,
I'll be in debt.
if you don't have
Yeah, I'll be
$10, like we'll get you in. Don't worry. So
We
DM
will all
me.
wear booty shorts if 100 people show up.
Facts.
Evan's gonna wear booty shorts. Show up.
He'll also scream, but he's being a fucking bitch now. So
Perfect. Well, good night, guys. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I even played the fucking game. You guys lost. I lost the fucking game, so I'm gonna do a shot. So I forgot to even announce the game. So whoever gets the least amount of likes or loves has to do a shot to tap out the show. So I'm gonna do a shot.
here's the thing.
You guys could do any courtesy shots you would like.
Yo, send
yes.
my fucking OJ over here.
Here is the courtesy shot.
Kenjamin,
If anyone wants to join,
send me my cup.
you want one?
I'm mixing at this point, but fuck it.
No, you don't
Yeah.
have to. You don't. You want
Send me
Grey
one
Goose,
too.
or you
Right
would just
down here.
tequila?
Oh, have you got
Anyone?
tequila?
We got no.
Well, no,
have
I
you
meant
got-
like that's what you were drinking
Have
on,
you got
right?
other tequila?
What do you mean? I'm doing a shot bet
I
shot.
think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're not.
Vodka's
This is
cool.
mine.
Vodka. Okay.
There's another
that.
shot bet shot
my
right
bad.
there.
And you want?
True.
And wait,
Grab that.
who is this for? Which
Grab
one's
that.
yours?
That
That's
one's
me.
mine.
That's you.
Yeah.
The other one's mine.
And then
Why does card say MySpace?
Oh, just a note.
How old are you?
we already talked about MySpace, bro.
How old are
I'm
you?
I told you I'm about to turn 30.
Oh, there we go. What's wrong with
He's
that?
26 plus.
What do you
Ken.
want? What do you want?
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah, dark.
So I guess before we finish,
Dark liquor.
if there's any questions that we haven't gotten to.
No, we hit all the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I hit all my notes too. So,
I have a question. Where have you been all my life, Jacob?
I've been in your dreams.
Oh, man, I miss
and
you.
and in your
I
heart.
always miss you.
I miss you, homie.
nice reunion.
We used to live together, and he doesn't stay with me anymore because he's a little bitch.
We used to fuck. So
I didn't say that.
he didn't say it, but he felt it.
All right.
Cheers.
Good night, boys. Thank
Cheers,
you.
everybody.
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thank you everyone for coming
First-
in.
Yo,
Be sure to check
don't
us out.
end this. I'll do the hot shot shit.
Yo,
I will right now.
November 30th.
Well, we can do a post podcast.
Bring it
November
Podcast.
30th, our last show ever.
Cheers.
Come check us out.
I would have done the hot shot.
I dream